pride runs deep. This is Fort Scott Tiger Football on All Hit 103.9 FM and our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV. Tiger Football is brought to you in part by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, DQ Grill and Chill, Sharkies Pub and Grub, Five Corners Mini Mart, Hometown Pub, Marcia's Deli, Fearless Products, Seacan's Occasion Shop and Designer Florist by Seacan, Sonic of Fort Scott, Teeny Witt Funeral Chapel, Shirt Shack, Typhoon Bay Car Wash, and Union State Bank. Tiger Football is also made possible by these special sports boosters: Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance Incorporated, the Hole in the Wall Liquor Store, La Hacienda of Fort Scott, Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, Atkins Insurance, Opie's Pizza, Casper Enterprises, Canar Eye Care, Myrick Mechanical, State Farm Insurance Agent Cale Nelson, and Fort Scott Community College. It's time now for the Briggs Auto pregame show, as you enjoy Fort Scott Tiger Football with the new voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy, on All Hit 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Go Tigers!
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas. You're listening to the Briggs Auto pregame show brought to you by Briggs Auto in Fort Scott, proud supporters of Tiger Athletics. I'm Dylan Duffy alongside Aaron Judy, and we're getting you set for Week 5 action as the Fort Scott Tigers take on the Labette County Grizzlies. The Tigers come in looking to bounce back after last week's rivalry test against Pittsburgh, while Labette County is 3-1 on the season, coming off their first loss of the year to Wellington. Aaron, the lights are on, the crowd is here, district play is underway. This one's got some juice to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Big crowd tonight. Labette's homecoming game, and they picked us, so hopefully that adds a little bit of juice with our boys. No one wants to be disrespectful. No. You don't want to be anybody's homecoming game. So. And
it turns out we are back-to-back homecoming.
Yeah.
So that's got to light a little fire into us as well. We're going to start with Fort Scott here. We only got a few minutes as we had some technical difficulties when we got here. But last week against Pittsburgh, while the scoreboard didn't go their way, there were plenty of bright spots with Paxton Allen getting in the end zone along with Cannon making a good pass to Dexter Williams. Second half kind of got a little flat, but, we showed some flashes of some progress. So as we look at the Tiger squad through the 4 weeks, where's our biggest growth so far?
Yeah, I think we've been okay defensively all year. I thought last game, though, our offense was 100 times better than we've seen earlier in this season. We passed the ball better than we have all year. We ran the ball well. So a lot more balanced offense, and I think that's the biggest key to success. And Coach Shark talks about, harnessing that energy for 4 quarters. Really last week, the third quarter is just what got us. So we're so close to putting it together. We're seeing progress every week. We've just got to keep pushing. We just got a little ways to go.
For sure, and the captains are out there. Unfortunately, we're missing Ryder Newton as a captain. Well, he will be out this week with I believe they did call it a dislocated shoulder for him, so we're going to be missing a little bit of one of our captains tonight. But, on the other side tonight, Labette, they've came out the gates 3-1 with a tough loss to Altamont last week. They're kind of a run-heavy physical team this year, and they're pretty fast, and they got a lot of confidence playing at home. And then their only stumble, of course, second half comeback where they scored 25 unanswered points is what we looked up. But, what's making Labette County kind of dangerous this season so far?
Yeah, and for the people that have, past Tigers and past fans that have always watched Labette, they used to come out in the fingertip-to-fingertip splits real wide. They cover half the field, it seemed like. And that's not the case now. They've got dynamic, athletic players. They're big up front. They look the part. They're going to throw the ball around the yard a little bit. They want to run it. They've got a super fast tailback, very athletic kid, and really he's not even supposed to be the starting tailback. Their starting tailback blows his knee out, I think, game 2 of the year. So they're big, they're fast, they want to start fast and score a lot of points. High-powered offense, and we're going to have to see what we can do, shutting it down.
For sure. Did you happen to see who won the toss and who's kicking and all that fun stuff?
I missed that. unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll get that to you here in a second. But, but on the X's and O's, there's plenty of intrigue here with Fort Scott and Labette being an SEK opponent. And then with that, Labette is honestly a team that's on the rise in the top of the SEK. So, to come in here at their home field and be able to pick one off from them will be a big-time thing for us tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to receive.
Yep. Usually that means in high school football, Labette ended up winning the toss, and they probably deferred most of them, and that's normally what you hear. We're not going to have any time with the technical difficulties to get out of the pregame show. We're going to go straight into the show. So
straight to it, right to ball.
Right to ball.
Love it.
We talk ball. We love ball. That's all. We got our camera set up. We should have the good camera, so you won't see a glare of us this week or anything like that. And if it does get a little laggy, we don't have really internet. We're running off of our iPad hotspot tonight. So if it ever looks too bad on YouTube, make sure you do come over to All Hit 103.9 and check us out on the radio. But they're up for the kickoff here. It's going to be a good big boot down to, looks like Gavin Miles off his helmet. He picks it up. He's going to have a little bit of a return here.
Right up the middle.
Gets some good yards there, about down to the 28-yard line. So the Tigers will set up shop on the 28-yard line. And we're going to get after it here with some Tiger football tonight.
I believe everyone's healthy. Talking to Coach Sark.
Besides Ryder, yes.
Besides Ryder, we have all of our starters. So,
29-yard line. Your own 29.
You go ahead.
Looks like we're going to come out in looks like a diamond bone in the backfield with Aiden. No, maybe that's Kyron Kigler. No, it's Aiden Ogan in the backfield.
Aiden Ogan is in the backfield.
Dexter Williams split far left. We're going to go wishbone.
Right up the middle.
Give it to Aiden Ogren right up the middle. He's going to get about
3 yards there, it looks like.
I'm going to give him 4. He's going to get tripped up there. Run kind of a wishbone lead look there. 2 blockers in front of him. We haven't seen him in the backfield this year. That's the first time we've seen him.
No, and that's after the coach's show. He didn't kind of want to give it out during the coach's show, but he did tell me that Aiden was going to get a chance at running the football a little bit more, try to get one of the playmakers some looks quickly and get the ball in his hands, see what he can do with it.
They're going to stay in the wishbone here. They're going to hand it off over the left side. He gets maybe it
was Aiden again with the run.
Maybe a yard or just back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 from our,
it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for Fort Scott.
we'll call it 34-yard line. We're going to come out back to a split back. Single receiver split to each side of the field. Cannon's going to take the snap. He's going to fumble it. Oh, no. Looks like they fell right on it. It just fell right out. He starts to drop back and roll out to his right.
Kind of got clipped by one of his own running backs there, and it was going to be a pass chance. But
just got to have better ball security there. You can't start the game with a fumble. It's tough.
It's going to be Labette's ball. It's going to be first drive for Fort Scott. It turns up into a turnover. And if there's some things you don't want to give a home crowd on homecoming is those little opportunities to get after it right there. But looks like they had a little celebration over on the sideline. They got a trash can where the turnover can is what they got. Yeah. So they're kind of mimicking the college atmosphere over here on their sideline.
Little Lane Kiffin with the basketball goal with Ole Miss.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I do like seeing that from Ole Miss. It's watching Lane Kiffin go to work a little bit there with Ole Miss and the way he's turned around some programs. It's going to be Labette. Looks like they are in under center here.
And they run a power I offense here.
Power I offense. It's going to be a direct handoff to the running back. He has a gap. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 down to the 20, gets down to about the 17-yard line. Looks like it's going to be enough for a Grizzly first down, so they're going to move the chains there.
And they run that they're still a little bit split a little wider than our offensive line, but not like the old days. But they're going to run that power offense. They're going to, right there, they just ran counter. They're going to run a lot of counter, a lot of sweep, like a rocket toss type sweep. And then they're just going to run downhill power football out of it too. So
back in the power eye with split wide receivers out on both sides. Way out there on the numbers on our side. And both sides going to be another direct handoff right up the middle. He bounces to the outside, pushing through. Gets wrapped up there by a host of Tigers. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 1 here for them. So, 2 plays from them. They're kind of doing whatever they want right now on the offensive side, which we knew they were going to come in and probably run the ball pretty hard here.
Looks like our defensive line's got to dig in a little bit. I mean, they're kind of getting, right now, they're losing the battle in the trenches. I mean, we're kind of getting blown off the ball a little bit, so I guarantee you Coach is going to be on them.
Now they got a kind of a 3-back set here with the quarterback under center. Takes the snap, another handoff, left side, right up the middle. Doesn't get hit till about the second level of the Tigers. Brings up a tackle. Going to be just short, but it's going to be first and goal from about the 3-yard line here for the Grizzlies in their opening drive.
Yeah, and they run that set. Looks like they're going to come back in a hurry up and run the same thing again. They've got 3 running backs side to side in the backfield.
We'll see if this ain't just a quarterback draw or if they do hand it off back here. It's going to be the same exact play right up there, and they gets in for a touchdown for the Grizzlies.
That play, they run the running backs in there, and then it's almost just, the center and the far left running back are just basically like a double power lead.
Yeah.
And they hand it off to the far right running back, and he follows them right in.
Do want to give you another little technical tip. We are up in here in a booth with the rest of the media here at the high school, and there is a thing. If we move the camera, it goes right there. So if you don't see anything on the left side of the end zone, we apologize, but just got to take what you got here when you come up here. Looks like you're going to try for the PAT number 5, I think.
We got a finger on it. It still got through.
So maybe it was number 3 with the kick there, I think.
I believe number 5. Let's see.
Number 5, okay, I thought
it's going to be Nolan Nash.
Yep.
A 6'1", 170-pound junior. I think he's the backup quarterback.
So with 9:08 to go here in the first quarter, Labette 7, Fort Scott 0. That was after Fort Scott got the first possession, fumbled it on 3rd down, and Labette kind of picked it up and ran about a 5-play drive for a touchdown there. So that's going to bring us to your score here. They got a turnover bucket, everything like that. It is our homecoming here at Labette. And we are getting set back up for the kickoff here.
Now's one of those times where we saw Coach was talking about Rocky. It's about how you get hit in the face and keep going. And so
that was kind of in the scouting report. It's one of those for Fort Scott. One game, Independence is the only time we've scored first. We kind of get to going after they do, and hopefully that's the same thing here. And game doesn't get too far out of the way that we can continue to battle back.
We just keep stepping on our own foot. I don't know what it is, but we've got to figure out a way to start a little faster, a little cleaner more than anything. Pittsburgh, we came out pretty hot.
Yeah, but we were still, it was a 9-0 deficit, and then we kind of got back into it there. But, there's some things that we can do. But here's the kickoff from Labette here. Another great kick over there. Maybe let it go. It goes into the end zone, so it will be a touchback. We'll get the ball at the 20-yard line. Fort Scott will set up shop at the 20 here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and we'll see if we can make way on this drive.
Not a lot of times that we see a touchback in any of these games we've covered so far. He might be the first kicker I think we've seen all year that could kick it through the end zone.
Yeah, he's got a boot on him. He's kind of one of those that he's probably going to be able to use it from deep a little bit.
Yep.
Also, another thing that you don't see a whole lot, Altamont, Labette County is kind of one of the only fields left that is still natural grass. Yeah. Kind of like to see it every once in a while.
Caden's going to come out. We're going to split back. We're going to false start. Unfortunately, looked like someone on the right side of the line there jumped.
This is just some things that you cannot do if you're Fort Scott. Yeah, this is
we're just adding to
insult to injury basically right here. Yeah. So that's going to push him back. It's going to be 1st and 15 for him now after that false start. That's kind of we're going to see basically our same offense that we run with a little bit of the inverted wishbone, I guess you could say in a sense. But we'll see how it goes this drive.
Caden's going to come back out. Dexter Williams split to the right and split back, take the snap. He's going to hand it off over the left side. I believe looked like Paxton Allen was running that ball. Going to be Paxton. He's going to get some yards back, maybe about 7 on the carry, get us back to a second and 7.
Yeah, and the thing with him is, we always run really hard if we have Paxton in there, which, all of them run hard. But it's kind of a good sight to see that Paxton's going to continue to carry that ball.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's ran the ball hard all year, and he's not going to stop now. I don't think it matters if they're losing by 100. He's running hard.
Kind of got them Scattaboo vibes. He's going to continue to run through you as much as he can.
We're going to have another false start.
Kind of delayed, but
goodness.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, but if I'm a betting man, which I am, Coach Stark's fixing to lose his mind.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy regardless.
He is not happy.
No. 8:24 here to go in the first quarter. It's 2nd, and now it's going to be about 13 for us. Labette 7, Fort Scott 0.
Right now, we just need to string a couple positive plays in a row. I mean, get us a little bit of momentum, a little bit of, faith.
You had that 2nd and 7, which is kind of where you want to be if you start at 1st and 10. So now you're 2nd and 13. It's going to make it even tougher for you.
They're going to come back out. They're going to run counter out of the split back, and he's going to get stuffed in the backfield. Their defensive line will run a quick shift. Everybody shifts left, or they're going to shift right.
We're going to lose some yards on that play even as well.
And right there, it looked like they shifted, and we just didn't know who to block, or I don't know what happened, but they got through the line, our offensive line, pretty much immediately.
Yeah. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 15 here for the Tigers.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 16 for Fort Scott.
Call me Tony Romo the way I'm calling him before the announcer at the field here tonight.
Caden's going to come back out. We're going to have 2 receivers split. He's going to take the snap. They're going to run counter.
Going to have a hole there.
Paxton Allen again.
Running hard, gets back to the original line of scrimmage roughly, so it's going to be bring up 4th and 10, and definitely going to be probably a punting situation being about at the 20-yard line again. So.
And some of those plays right there, I mean, Paxton has a hole. He gets through the hole, and he's rolling, but, I mean, they're athletic. They're fast. Their defensive backs close in a hurry.
For sure, and I do got to shout out Caleb Hall has a massive leg on him, as we saw last week, so that is
we need to see it right here.
Good
Caleb's
snap. Good kick.
There is a flag.
He's going to get to about the 50. He's going to receive it and drop down there right before the 50 at the 48-yard line.
There's a flag on the play. Looks like, I don't know. It's on us, I believe.
Illegal shift or something, because it was kind of thrown as soon as it was.
I don't know. Try to see what the call is here.
Sideline warning, it looks like, I think is what that call is.
Yeah, on Labette. Okay, I was wrong.
Flag is on Labette County, the sideline warning.
So that's going to give us some yards, and I think we probably just re-kick here, would be my guess.
I don't think sideline warning. I don't think you get anything the first time, do you?
I don't think so. I think you're right. It's just a warning the first time, and then it becomes personal foul the second time. So that's going to be 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line for Labette here.
Looks like the side judge threw it because they were
probably
past
bumped
the
into
white
him
line
or something like that.
Yeah, you don't see it very much. He's on him.
Yeah.
Get back, coach. Got to do a better job.
Yeah. They probably don't have those in high school.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Labette here on the Tigers' 48-yard line. Going to be much of the same here. Get the clock started when the ball's snapped. Going to have a wide receiver to the left side of the field here and a tight end kind of off the side. Be a handoff. We do feel that a lot better. Brody Stoughton gets through there and tackles him for about a 2-yard loss.
Great play by Brody Stoughton there. He went. It looked like he was untouched. They run that kind of. It's like they're going to stay sort of in a power eye, but they kind of have a wing split to one side or the other. And we'll see a little bit of like what we saw out of Pittsburgh with, except they have 2 backs in the backfield. But we'll see that, like I talked about earlier, that rocket toss out of it or sweep. Or
that's one of those you gotta show a little bit of heart there. They did the same play 4 times, 5 times in a row to score a touchdown. So you can't let them do it the 6th time.
Yeah. Looks like they'll come back out in the eye. 2 split backs.
He's going to drop back to roll out to the right. Going to have no incomplete pass there. So good hold there. Kind of ball behind him. Had him open if he threw him to the side, but he didn't. And that rewards us. It's going to bring a 3rd and 12 for Fort Scott here. So,
and we talked to some people about their quarterback. Everybody says he's, pretty good, athletic kid, has a decent arm. I don't know that he's really a gunslinger, but if wide receiver's open, I think more often than not he's probably going to find him.
Yeah.
So,
and then there's different levels to this too. There's quarterbacks that can throw kind of in the pocket, and then there's quarterbacks that can throw on the run.
Oh,
and
boy.
when you think you got to try to throw it on the run, it's a lot harder. They're going to go shotgun here. Doubles on both sides. See, they're going to be spreading us out. They're going to be looking in the middle of the field. He's looking deep here. We have him right there. Just let him come right under us and grab the ball.
That is in Shy Kennedy's hands, and he's got to go get the ball.
There's going to be a flag after the play. Kind of see what they call here. Shy got up in front of him.
His helmet came off easily. They're surely going to call it. The wide receiver catches the ball. That was Shy's interception to have.
Yeah.
And then he gets up and makes a first down signal in Shy's face. So it's got to be
If it's the old adage of the second person gets caught, then yes, I think it should be on Labette.
I don't even think Shy knocked his helmet off with his shoulder maybe.
He got up right up and into it and knocked it off, but we'll see what they call here. It could be offsetting or it could be.
We'll see here.
Unsportsmanlike.
Nope. It's going to be on the bet.
On the bet. So, yep, they did get the second person there.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yep, we can't complain about that at all. So it's going to be a first down for him, but it's going to bring the sticks back way down there at 1st and 25. So, besides going out, you got to go out and get that ball when it's right there.
Yeah.
If it's in the air that long, you should be the one wanting to come down with it, not waiting for it.
And I don't want to be too critical, but, just being real here, that's a problem we've had all year. Our defensive backs they're in position.
Mm-hmm.
They're right there. And we just let the wide receiver come right in front of us and snag the ball out of the air. We've got to high point the ball and take the ball. Be ball hawks.
Yep. 5:57 here. I know our clock on the stream is a little off, but we let it roll, so we're going to let that go down until we get closer to that. It'll be the same handoff. We have contained out to the outside. He breaks inside a little bit, does get some of those yards back. About 6 of them, it looks like, so that's going to bring up a second and quick maths 19.
Number 48 for the Tigers.
Now, I don't think we're not going to see that. We're not going to see that formation again.
It's 2nd and 4 here.
Okay, I guess
because he got the catch, then they just took the yards back off.
It should have been a 1st and 25 because it was a personal foul after the first down, so it should have dropped back. That's kind of the thing, but
they're going to come back out in a pistol formation.
Sorry about that.
Split out twins to each side. He runs a little swing pass to the right side. He breaks through 2 tackles, 3, 4. Finally, Brody Stoughton catches up to him down the field and gets him down.
If enough for their first down here.
It's going to be Deontay Fields for Labette there. They basically just spread us out there. They run doubles to each side in the pistol formation, so the back's going to be lined up 3 yards behind the quarterback in shotgun or so, and then he just swings it out to him, and he's in space, and the kid can move.
Yeah, kind of going back to my thought is besides the penalty, they were very successful on that pass play, so we're probably going to see him kind of get it in the air a little bit more here this drive. Usually you have your first 15 plays, what you want to call, and they're kind of out of that now probably or close to, so they're going to start opening up the playbook a little bit here.
Yep, and they're going to be back in the 3 split backs.
He's going to the right side here, our side going to be stuff him, so, kind of our strong side over there on the right side.
Yeah, good play there by
It'll be a gain of maybe 1 yard there, bring up a 2nd and 9.
Looks like Carson Miles was in on that tackle there.
He took the place of Ryder Newton as the middle linebacker, the Mike middle linebacker for that injury. So Carson Miles, a sophomore, getting a little bit of
and that's this is a tough game to step into if you're a sophomore. You're going to play middle linebacker versus probably the best team in our SEK. So now they're in like a diamond. They're going to run it over the left side, stretch play. He's going to break a tackle, it back in.
Looks like they're probably going to grab a face mask flag on that right there. Looks like when he kind of cut back in, we did grab the face mask a little bit.
Number 5, Nolan Nash.
So as of now, it's about a gain of 7.
For the radio listeners, they run a lot of sets.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them in, I think, 4 or 5 different sets so far, and we're not through the first. We still got 3 minutes 36 seconds left in the first quarter, so they got a lot of formations. They run
will be a personal foul face mask on Fort Scott, so that's going to give them enough for the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line, it looks like, for the Grizzlies here. So they're looking at the door again.
It's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
Again, Fort Scott's going
You're going to have to get big here and see if we can get a stop and get a turnover on downs or something like that.
You don't want to let them score again in the first quarter here, go down 14-0 in the first quarter. But
nope. 3:20 left on the clock here. Quarterback under center. Got a guy in motion out to the right side. Going to be a handoff to the left, and he's going to get down to about the 1-yard line there for the Grizzlies. So it's going to be 2nd and 1, 2nd and goal. Right there in that corner of the end zone. Aaron's done great with the camera so far tonight. We can about see almost all of it now. So
yeah, if I don't, I apologize.
Blame it on the internet.
Yeah,
it got laggy or something like that. Yeah, but no.
And they
looks like they got a big offensive lineman as a fullback. So I wonder if this is going to be a tush push or just a straight give to him here.
I'm going to say quarterback push.
Yeah. Nope, it's going to be a fullback. Give it to him. He's kind of getting there.
His stuff doesn't get anywhere.
So we made a good scrum there, not let him get in there. And it's kind of one of those that they've probably told him you don't bounce it outside. You go up the middle and just fall down if you don't get it. Yeah. They probably don't want him rumbling and stumbling. But you always do like to see a big man try to score, though. Unfortunately, it's just not for us tonight.
It's better in the NFL.
But it is a third down.
In the NFL, they score. You get the big man hands. They put him in the backfield. That's number 64, Michael Reed. He's a 6'3", 250-pound senior that plays left tackle. On that play, he's playing fullback.
They've scrapped that. They're back to the power I here.
They're going to be.
Now they're back in their three-man quarterback right up the middle. We're pushing them.
He gets in.
And they haven't signaled it yet. Now they have. So that's going to be a touchdown for Labette County. It's going to push the score to 13-0 here in the first with 1:54 remaining. You are listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. But, it's just one of those kind of shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. I mean, we knew they were a good team coming in. So when you're playing a team that's, we talked about that on the way here, you're playing a team that is really good.
Mm-hmm. And they know they're really good as well. So that's kind of the thing.
You can't beat yourself. I mean, then you have no chance.
Yeah.
You've got to try
Kick is up, and they are going to say it's good. They only have one. Oh, he was kind of back there a little bit further, but I was going to say they only had one guy back there.
It's kind of one of those deals where it's like you hope that you can give him a game, and I don't feel like there's anyone in the SEK that's just, if we come out and play the best we can, let's say we play like we did last week versus Pittsburgh, I felt like we could hang with anybody. In the SEK, maybe we're not going to go beat the Chiefs or something. But
a shout out to head coach of the girls basketball team, Pashawn Steps. His thing when he's talking to the media or anybody is there's no nights off in the SEK. No matter what sport it is, there's a chance that if you don't come out with your best, you can get clipped. And kind of the girls have seen that a few times.
And so it's going to be 14-0 right now. Labette's going to be up with
minute 54 left on the clock here.
Yep. And so now it's like,
you got to go.
Are you going to fight back?
Yep.
Or lay down?
Yeah.
And I don't.
We haven't seen it all year, and I don't think the Tigers will lay down. But you got to make sure that we're still doing the right things. Obviously, big hit finding out that your senior captain, Ryder Newton, is out for this game and for the next couple weeks too. So kind of see if you want to rally behind that and play for him or if it's kind of just going to be too big of a loss for you. But we're off with the next kickoff. They call it a T formation.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we're seeing with the three-back set.
3 backs.
Yep. So Labette's out here for the kickoff. Going to be another big boot. Going to get down to, looks like Dexter Williams is there now. It's kind of they're keying on it. He's going to take it to the middle. It's going to be a middle return. Has a chance, broken tackle flag on the play. He's going to get down to about the 34-yard line there. We'll see what the penalty is here.
I'm afraid they're going to say block in the back.
Yeah,
here.
block in the back or a hold for sure for us, it looks like.
Motioning the hold.
Yep.
Goodness, we just cannot get out of our own way right now.
Just kind of shooting ourselves in our foots here. Anything we get, good return there, get to the 34, and then it's going to be a holding, so it's going to push it back 10 yards from the finish of the return.
Yeah, and there's no love lost in these two schools. I can promise you that. So if they can score 100, they will.
Yeah, and we don't want that.
We don't want that. So they're going to have to.
Looks like
be on their P's and Q's a little bit more. We're going to figure this out, get things going in the right direction.
It's going to be from the spot of the penalty, so it's going to back them up 10 from about the 29-yard line. So we're going to be down here at the 19. Be 1st and 10 for the Tigers here at the 19-yard line.
And that's another thing just right there. I mean, high school football, there's a big difference in starting at your 19 or your 30,
Yeah, we saw that, last week in the third quarter with Pittsburgh making us go back there starting about the 15-yard line. So
we're going to come out in a double tight set, split back. Caden's going to hand it off over the right side. Looks like a short gain for Paxton Allen. Maybe gets 3 or 4 on the carry there. Caden's going to trot to the sideline, get the play from Coach Stark here. Now it's like our identity is run the ball. We want to be a running team and then open up the pass. But the problem is we're not a great passing team, and when you get down 14-0 in the first quarter, you
got to kind of find it.
We got to kind of go.
Work on some things here. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. Going to be in our normal split back set here. Wide receiver out to the left and right of the scrimmage. Going to be a pass. We're looking. Aiden Ogren kind of undercut, ball still in the air. Finally went down. Looks like we might get a PI here, though. He was kind of all over his back, and it was a little delayed of a flag. We'll see what they call here. But
we try to run like a, I don't know.
Tight end cross is what I would almost call it, basically, because he's starting on the.
From the BC days, it would be like 316 Y cross for all the old heads like me that are listening. Yeah. That's what they run, and he's open, but Caden kind of drifts the ball to him a little bit, and then it almost gets intercepted. Fortunately, it kind of bobbled around. He hit it. The defender hit it.
Yeah, and then it went off the back of his hand. So it's kind of one of those. I didn't want to say incomplete yet until the ball made sure it hit the ground. And it did.
The scene from Happy Gilmore, that
pass
last
interference on Altamont, Labette County. So that's going to bring up a first down for the Tigers here.
And that's what we needed. Something to
some
go
positive on our side. Yeah, you know. Believe it or not, we had one penalty in the Pittsburgh game last week, and we've already amounted past that this week. So, you know, we're kind of playing from behind and trying to figure this out as we go.
7-yard line, 1st and 10, Fort Scott.
Yeah, Gaden's going to come back out. Receiver split to each side, split back. He's going to take the snap. Option to the left side. He's going to give it. He's going to get tripped up pretty quick. Looks like Clayton's going to be on the carry. He's going to gain. We'll give him
about 2 yards.
Long 2.
Yeah.
Going to bring up 2nd and 8. He keeps moving it forward, so we'll call it 2nd and 7.
And, you know, you don't want to give up completely on the run game being down this much. I mean, it's still plenty of game left. And, you know, we saw from looking at it last night, the other team was down 14-0 going in the half, and they came back and made a win. So there's things we can do. There's a good pitch to Creed there, get to the outside.
Creed does a great job of falling
He's
forward.
Always going to fall forward, yep. So that might be the last play of the first half. It's going to come back of the first quarter. We're going to come back with a 3rd and 2 here after this break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV. That's going to be the first quarter. Labette 14, Fort Scott 0 here at Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas.
And that brings us to the end.
Are you hungry?
Sharkies.
Are you thirsty?
Sharkies.
Looking for fun?
Sharkies.
Our kitchen is open late, and we source local produce. Plus, we have catering, a private room for an event. Catch Jayhawks, Chiefs, K-State, and all the NFL games on our TV screens. Here at Sharkies, we strive to support our community by participating in events that give back to your community. We are a family-owned business that is run by local people for local people.
Sharkies.
We are back here at Altamont Field, or Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas, Labette County. Fort Scott is currently trailing Labette 14-0 as we start the second quarter here. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 for Fort Scott. And, you know, that first quarter really was just all Altamont, you know, a couple shooting ourselves in the foot, really. I mean, it'd be a whole different game if we didn't have a couple of false starts.
But this is where we want to be, though. 3rd and 2. They're going to come back out in the bone formation and like a flex bone.
Yep.
3rd and 2. Caden's going to come under center. They're going to go quarterback sneak and push. I don't think he's going to get it.
It's going to be a quick, you know.
He gets a late. I mean, they didn't blow it dead, and he gets another couple of yards. It's going to be really close. It depends on which side the judge they go off of. Looks like this guy would be a first down. I think that's a first down. They're going to measure
it here. So
No, they're going to measure. Right now it's 4th down.
Yeah, actually, I mean, depends on how good their field guy is.
Yeah.
If the middle hash matches the outside hash, we're about 6 inches short.
That is one thing that you have with natural grass. You're getting painted lines every week basically after a mow. So you never know how quite they're going to look like. Yeah.
You do, like Dylan said earlier, though, it's kind of cool to see.
I personally like it. I like grass.
Still see a grass field. I mean, all the NFL guys are like, hey, we want grass.
Yeah,
we'd
rather have grass, So it's going to be enough for a Tiger first down, first of the night for us here. But, you know, that's good for us. We're going to get some things moving here, and we're going to be setting up at our own 47-yard line here, it looks like. So that's going to be enough for a Tiger first down after that coming out of the coming out into the second quarter here.
Come back out in a split back. Single receiver split to the right. Caden's under center. He's going to take the snap, run option to the right, and give it. Looks like he gives it to Paxton Allen there. He's going to get some tough yards. He might gain, looks like 4 on the carry. Good hard run. Hey, listen, if we're going to run inside veer all night and get 4 yards of carry, just keep doing it.
Yeah, he ain't going to stop that, you know.
I'm guaranteed Coach Stark's the same way as me. If we can gain 4 yards tonight on inside, outside veer,
Also, we
forget
are
about
still
the
at
rest
about
of it.
100% clip with the quarterback sneak of gaining positive yards for us every time. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it there either.
Yep, we're going to come out the same exact formation. And we're going to run counter out of it. Big hole for Paxton Allen. He's going to get a first down there. Going to run for about 6, maybe 7 on the carry.
And, you know, that's another thing. Paxton Allen falling forward for another Tiger first down there. I mean, that is one thing, you know, if we're getting hit in the backfield, we're still going to gain 2 or 3 yards just off of getting tackled because we're going to always bounce forward, which is credit to this line and the running backs for making sure they always get positive yards out of anything that they can do.
And we knew coming into it, it's going to be a tough night, but we're finally moving the ball. We look like what we're capable of now. We're going to be, again, in the same formation. He's going to run inside veer to the right, keep it, kind of follow.
Looks like
and
it might
I
have been
think
a
Caden
fumble.
fumbles the ball there, and they're on top of it.
And it's going to be Altamont kind of bounce over the left side of that scrum there, and they're going to recover it. So, unfortunately, that's going to shoot itself in the foot again.
It's going to be
Labette County ball.
That's
10-10 here left in the second quarter. Labette 14, Fort Scott 0. Unfortunate, just
2 fumbles on the night now for Caden.
On their own 42-yard line.
Tough to see him go through that, but you just got to just focus on ball security. I know they're over there telling him, you got to hold on to it, but.
And kind of most of the time, you know, being a two-way player, there's one way to forget about it quickly is just get back there on the defensive side and get after it and make a play over here.
Looks like they're going to give Caden's going to get a break right now. Number 28 is going to enter the game. It's going to be Kyler Keating.
Pistol here with
safety.
2 backs to their left side and the running back in the back. He's going to get about a 4-yard gain there on that play.
Kyler Keating comes in the game, replaces
another sophomore that's going to probably get a couple minutes. Freshman, sorry, yes, that is right.
He comes in the game and he makes the tackle there in the open field. So great tackle there by a freshman out here playing safety.
You know, that's something Stark did credit is anytime on kickoff or kick return or kickoff when we would kick the ball, you'd basically hear Kyler Keating's name as he's making the tackle. You know, he's going to try to find the ball and make some plays with it. We have a 2nd and 5 here for Labette. They're back under center with the power I formation. We shift a little bit there. It's going to be a handoff to the right side here. Hits the hole. Going to be a little short of the marker, so it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 1 here for Labette. So, you know, was a turnover, but if we can get a stop here, push them back and get them to a 4th down and have a chance to make them snap the ball again.
It's going to be 3rd and 1, Labette County.
So, I don't know. Maybe you see him come back out in the T formation here like we talked about with 3 backs in the backfield. I'd say we're either going to see that or a bone formation. Yep, we're going to see him come out in the T. I think anytime we see him in short yardage, most of this game, they're probably going to come out in this T formation.
And they're kind of going to probably – now their side that's strong is going to be over here on their side since they split the field, and they're going to run right up the middle. Does get enough for the first down, but then gets held up right there by number 48. So didn't get too many yards there, but did get enough for a first down for Labette, so they are going to move the chains here.
Yep. And it looked like we kind of had him held up, so
yeah.
Especially we have a couple turnovers trying to fight back into the game. We could use a turnover. I mean, the first guy has him held up. Second guy's got to come in and
pop him or start stripping or
punch
punching
it or something.
If you watched Thursday Night Football last night, you saw it was never over down there on the 3-yard line with Kyron Williams fumbling the ball. And you just got to get that club in there and start punching some things.
Labette comes back out in the power I formation. Split receivers. He's going to run.
Looks like it was kind of maybe a bad snap, and then so that's going to push them back. Another positive thing for the Tigers there is, you know, once they get something going, we are able to get them pushed back, and we just got to capitalize on this now. It's going to bring up a 2nd and about 16 here, I think.
Yeah, I think they're going to call it 2nd and 15 on the scoreboard, but
I'm giving them 16.
Yeah,
we're going to take a
to
yard here.
That's right.
Yep. We're up here in the Crow's Nest,
listen,
far
we're
south
calling
side.
the game, not the scoreboard guy, so we're calling it 16.
We're going to give it 16. We're going to give them all we can here. Labette back out here. It looks like they're going to be in the power I with another back.
Like a wing back
there. Wing back here on the right side. Going to be a direct handoff to, looks like, is that number 6? We haven't said his name or number all night, but that's kind of been their main guy. Number 4 over here is calling for a first down. Didn't know it was double chain, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 here for the Grizzlies. So
let me find that. number 6 going to be Deontay Fields. That's what I thought.
Deontay Fields, yeah.
6 foot, 175 pound or 170 pound.
Then we see number
junior.
24 over here on the sideline with the knee brace. He's unfortunately out the rest of the year, but he's kind of their stud running
Jackson.
back. I think he won the 100 meter in
he can flat move.
3A or 4A last year at state. So
yeah, he can go. So
tough for them to lose him, but they got another power running back there. They got
Labette comes back out in the pistol formation,
looking to pass here.
Split.
He was outside, incomplete, had him, but did unfortunately drop it. So number 4 drops it there. It's going to be 4th down, 4th and 11. I think you're kind of on their side where they still maybe try a pass here, but
I think they almost got to go for it right there. Paxton Allen's in great. He gets up, kind of has a little limp. I can guarantee you he's going to play through it, but Paxton Allen's right there, and it looked like he was running it out, and Paxton was getting ready to jump it. And luckily, he kind of held off and just kept following him because they ran like an out all the way to the sideline. And that's a little bit tough for us. I mean, we don't see a lot of spread stuff, so when they spread us out and twins to both sides, they're going to do it again in that pistol formation, twins to each side, and we've got to cover.
Going to be right up the middle. It's just going to be a lob ball up there. Shide needs to go get this here. He does. And dropped it. Smart drop there because we do get the ball a little bit better position.
They're going to throw a late flag.
Here. I don't see what that is. Hopefully it's on them saying some words or something. I don't know.
That was kind of weird. It didn't look like much happened that I saw.
Unless he threw the ball up afterwards, but I don't think that is going to be a cause for a personal foul.
Yeah, I'm up here upset that Shy didn't catch it, and Dylan corrects me. He's exactly right.
That's kind of the arm punt kind of thing there, so it's better that you do just let that go.
Knock it down.
So we're going to have
– I do want to say good coverage by Shy there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
On Labette.
On Labette, so it's going to be see what they do here. I think you probably just – if you're Fort Scott, you just decline it and take the ball. Go from right there.
I don't think you give him another –
No, you don't give him another chance or move it back or anything like that. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers here. Should be – well, it could be after the play too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be after the play. So if it's
after the play, then we're going to get an extra 15 on top of that.
Yep.
So we're going to go from the 42-yard line all the way up to the –
and we talk about Shy. I don't want it to be taken out of context.
42 for them.
One thing that he is good at is he doesn't keep his eyes in the backfield. He's almost always in the correct spot.
Yeah. It's just,
he's over the top doing what he's supposed to do. He's just that one little bit away from just –
sometimes it's PI, but you do have to understand sometimes you do have a right for the football too, and if you're going through the wide receiver to get the ball, you're completely fine there.
That's right.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Cannon here under center. It's going to be a handoff to Creed Clayton, breaks one tackle in the backfield, kind of still falls forward, and it goes from a loss to maybe about a half a yard to 1 yard gain there. So,
saves us there because he got hit immediately in the backfield. Yep. They run just like a power follow over the left side of the line there. He gets hit immediately. Still gets – after he gets hit, he gains about 4 yards to get us back, like Dylan said, a half yard past the line of scrimmage. So
they're not giving us a half yard, but I'm going to give us a half yard.
That's right.
Looking for all the positives we can get here. So, 5:50 left here in the second quarter. Labette 14, Fort Scott 0.
They're going to be in double tight. They're going to go follow. Creed Clayton busts one loose. He's still going.
Breaks one tackle.
He's going to score. He's makes a guy miss.
Tackle. Got one guy behind him here. He's going to run through everybody.
I think he scores.
He is down.
They're going to call him down at like the inch line.
And that was one of those he probably could have just juked him out of there and scored too. But, Creed's going to look for anything and everything to lay some wood there. So he's going to be down right here at the –
I'm impressed. Creed breaks one there for, 40 yards, and he gets down to about the 10 and absolutely jukes the kid out of his shoes.
So that's the momentum that you're looking for here in the second quarter. 5:20 and counting. Our clock's a little bit off, but we're going to let it get set back up. So we're at the half-yard line. Probably going to see our quarterback sneak here.
We're going to be in a bone flex bone formation.
It is going to be to the outside.
Yes, Caden's going to score. Call us the Eagles. We run. They think we're going to run tush push there. Quarterback sneak. Caden takes a snap. Runs over to the far left side and untouched, really.
Absolutely. In the same week that the Eagles kind of went off of their tush push, we went off of ours to bring the score to Fort Scott 6, Labette 14, and we kind of got a great kicker on our side too, so I do see this, not to jinx them, but it'd be a 14-7 game after the PAT here.
Good snap here.
Good snap, hold. Get the ball up, yep.
Get it close, and we're right back in it.
Good snap, good hold, and it's up, and it's right through the middle. So
absolutely
we are
booted it.
One touchdown away now here, 14-7 here in Labette County, Altamont, Kansas. Fort Scott just goes on a massive drive after an arm punt that we dropped to get the ball set up and an unsportsmanlike conduct on them. 2-play drive, I think, right there. 2 or 3-play drive for a quick touchdown. And, we're right back in this
And that's one thing, though, it's like we're so capable, but we just make it so hard on ourselves in the first quarter every week. And it's
just one of those, you don't shoot yourself in the foot continuously. Good things happen there. Creed broke 3 to 4 tackles, could have scored, but he's one of those kids. I see it in his eyes, and when I talk to him, he wants to lay the wood more than he cares about anything else. Yeah, he's going to hit you, not let you hit him.
That's why it surprised me so much when he put that move on that kid. The kid hits the ground. Hopefully, maybe somebody got it on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, we got it on this, but hopefully someone
I was going to say,
close.
you should have got it on camera.
I got it on camera.
Did, yeah.
I'm on it tonight. I'm trying my best, but
absolutely.
Hopefully someone got a close-up shot. It was a great run by Creed there.
Yep, so 5:07 here in the second quarter. Labette 14, Fort Scott 7.
So we are, 2 fumbles, 1 dropped interception. I mean, we're down 7.
Mm-hmm.
You just think, imagine if we didn't do all that stuff.
But ifs were, never mind, we can't say that on the
that's
on air.
right.
But
my dad had a saying about if, but we're not going to say it on the radio.
If, you can't say that. But yes, all these ifs. But the good thing is we are only down 1 touchdown here, so, make a couple more plays and we get the ball back and we got a chance to score again before halftime too with 5:07 left on the clock. Kind of waiting here for the kickoff. He's talking to, I think, one of the coaches over here on the Bet sideline. The white hat was. Yep. So we're getting the stripes all set up, ready to go here.
You'd love to come out, get a 3-and-out, get the ball. Again, it's kind of like I talked about.
I bet Labette's probably ready for that little fake onside kick here that we ran against Pittsburgh.
Right.
We are going to get a good kick. And
he's just going to
unfortunately going to be straight out of bounds. Just a bad hop there. So they're going to get the ball about the 40 of those. Kind of the NFL rule. We don't have a landing zone, but if it does go out of bounds, unfortunately they do get good field position here for Grizzlies coming out of that.
I think Caleb was just trying to score a bit there and kind of off the side of his
foot. Kind of one of those you wanted to die right there at the letter or at the
Yeah.
numbers and then kind of go from there. But it's going to be – I don't know exactly what that call is. I know it's kick out of bounds basically.
Yeah. They're going to get the ball where it went out of bounds.
They usually get it a little bit closer up.
5 yards.
Yeah. So they're going to get the ball at the 42-yard line here, and they're going to take over.
I get it, though. I mean, they have dynamic receivers.
So you let that speed get out there on the kickoff. And looks like they're going to meet a power eye here.
Yeah. Receiver split to each side. He's going to be under center. He's going to take the snap. They're going to run. And he gets
him right at the
on
line.
The left side.
He does gain about 2 there, but, big
Paxton
big
Allen
pop
is
by the
in
boys.
there. Look like Aiden Ogren right in there also.
Yeah, they said, if you're going to continue to run the ball, that's fine, but we're going to have to start punishing you for doing that.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what we did. They gained a little bit, but he felt that one for sure.
They kind of run like a just power follow there, or whatever you want to call it. They have a fullback, got the cowboy collar or neck roll.
Old school, looks the part of a fullback. The old school fullback.
A true fullback.
Yep, they're going to
fake
both,
roll out to pass.
He's
going to get thrown by Aiden Ogren. He's
Great
all
tackle.
over him for a sack. He's going to lose.
Big loss,
I don't know if Aiden didn't get touched or what.
He's a kid that's going to get after it. Yeah, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down, and great chance by us. We kind of take the passing game away after a few of them, and we're getting off the line there. Kind of, if you're going to not block us, we're going to make sure you
That's another thing, too. I don't know, in high school you're going to be out of position a little bit at a time. You're not always going to be right, but Aiden Ogren is always going to be going as hard as he possibly can.
I was always told, if you're going to do it wrong, you just better do it hard because you're going to figure it out eventually.
They're going to come back out in a pistol open formation.
Yep.
And we're on the quarterback. He throws it up for grabs, and Shy Kennedy's going to intercept it.
Interception here with
He's going to run it back. He's still running. He's going to be at the 40. He's going to get tackled at about the 40 there.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers after basically another arm punt, but, it was only 3rd down, so that was a good one by us to pick that one off. And, he was probably sick to his stomach that he did drop that one, even though it worked out for us. But, all the momentum back to us here, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for Fort Scott. And I'll say, why don't we just go down and score again? Why not?
That's right.
Why not kind of thing?
I like to think that somehow maybe someone's listening on the side of that, and they're like, hey, Shy, that moron on the radio said you need to
you need to catch the ball.
Go get it.
So he went.
He's like, I got you.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Anyway, Caden's going to come back out, double tight formation. Dexter split out to the left. They're going to run a follow over the right side. Creedon's going to break it loose again. He's going to get to about the 30.
It's going to be enough for a first down, and we are
28-yard line.
Imposing our will right now if you're the Tigers. So they're trying to get the ball to stop here. Looks like Labette called a timeout.
Coach Argabright is hot.
So we're going to take a quick 30-second break here. Listen to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This is Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy from Altamont, Kansas.
It's your time to shine. Typhoon Bay Car Wash loves to help our community dazzle with 2 fully automatic bays, 3 handheld bays, vacuums, and even an air dry bay. Typhoon Bay makes it easy to wash that grime away. More than a car wash, locally owned Typhoon Bay is a community supporter, offering fundraisers for your local sports teams and nonprofit organizations. Find your shine at 1510 South National with Typhoon Bay, your local car wash destination.
We are back here in Altamont, Kansas. Labette County currently with the lead, but Fort Scott with the ball at first and 10, 3:23 left to go here in the second quarter, trailing by 7 and marching down the field after a great run there for a first down.
If we can keep this going right here, we've got all the momentum in the world.
Absolutely.
Keep running the ball and just punch it in here. That would be, you want to tie it up at halftime. I mean, it's anybody's game.
Whole new game at halftime there.
Cannon's going to take the snap. We're going to run counter. Not going to get much. I don't know. He might lose. He's going to get basically back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he lost about a half a yard on the carry.
Yeah, you know, it's still one of those, he fell forward. He kind of got hit, but they wrapped up well there, but he's still falling forward.
This is a spot where things are going our way, but you still got to stay composed. You can't get too high. You can't get too low.
You got to continue to push it down the field, kind of just be methodical. We got a great run game. We just got to continue to use it here.
Same formation for us. We're going to run the same play over the right side. Creedon's going to break a tackle, break another tackle. Takes a gang of Labette County defenders there to bring him down.
About a gain of maybe 4 there. Should be about a 3rd and 7 here after that loss of 1 on the.
Kind of tough for us. Dylan and I are up here, and we've got a beam just pretty much right in front of us, exactly where the ball is.
Yep.
You got to try to.
I'm looking out one window. He's looking out the other window. Yeah. We got the high schoolers over here running all the cameras, looking out the other window. So it's a nice setup, I guess you could say, up here. But it's going to be Cannon under center here. Going to be a reverse pitch almost, kind of breaks 1 tackle. Not going to get the first down, but it's going to give us a manageable 4th down here, probably about a 4th and 3 here for the Tigers.
And I'm going to talk to Coach Stark at some point because I know he doesn't call that play 18-0, but I want to call it, just 18-0 because that's what it was when But for you guys that know, that's kind of, if you're just listening on the radio, that's kind of what he's running. Like a reverse pivot out there and then a speed,
so the main chain guy got a little scared there and kind of shrunk up and went back, so I thought it was going to be a 4th and 3. It ended up being a 4th and 5. Stopping the clock here. Looks like it's going to be a timeout for Fort Scott. 2:09 left on the game clock here in Altamont. Labette 14, Fort Scott 7. We'll take a quick 30-second break here. Listen to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
I hope he's in 3rd grade, I think.
We will actually take this time to thank some of our sports boosters here at Altamont, Kansas. You know, we have 34 sports boosters, including 35 with H2 Painting, but we're going to run down a little bit of this list. We got Atkins Insurance, Billard Hammond Hartman Insurance, Bourbon County Cars, Brick Street Barbecue, Casper Enterprises, City State Bank, Designers Florist by Seacan, Dill Bamwert, Bolton, CPA, PA, Dotery Insurance, D&Z Overhead Doors, and Farm Brew Financial Services, Todd Schmidt. Without you guys, we could not do this broadcast, so we appreciate all the support. The Tiger football team appreciates your support, and me and Aaron definitely do as well, so
Absolutely.
We can continue to get better at our broadcasting skills, so we appreciate that. It's going to be 2:09 here, Altamont.
We're going to come out, split receiver to each side. Caden's going to be under center. He's going to drop back to pass. We're going to run a double move here to Dexter Williams. And
looks like they were kind of on an opposite thing there.
Dexter's open. It looks like he runs like a
10 and out kind of thing.
A post there.
He kind of threw a fly route there, so maybe we weren't on the same page after that timeout, which is definitely not what you want after a timeout. But going to be 2:01 here left, and Labette's going to have the ball with a chance to do something of their own here. Update that.
Let's see. Caden Cannon's going to be back in at safety here on defense.
Yep. And, there is some things when you're a quarterback safety on both sides, you kind of got to find ways to kind of get off and just de-escalate
Coach
a
Stark
little
needs
bit.
to talk to him sometimes, It's when are you
And
going to talk to him when he's on both sides of the ball? They're going to be in like a pro formation here and shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Deontay Fields breaks it loose. He's going to be at the 50, the 40. Nobody's catching him.
He's going to walk right into the end zone. Unfortunately, after that, all the momentum, and then they just kind of pop one right there on you. So 1:44 left on the clock here in Altamont. Yeah, you're good. It's going to be Labette 20, Fort Scott 7.
Gosh dang it, we're just 2 minutes from half, and you want to keep it close right there.
Yeah, it's kind of having one of those things of another athlete there in the backfield that at any time it can happen, so you can't take any plays off. And
anytime he touches the ball, he's a threat to touch the end zone. So
yeah,
we're so close. We're fighting back right there, and then you give up a long one, but still 1:44 here to go in the
Nolan Nash
quarter.
lined up here for the PAT.
He's going to snap it. Holds good. Kicks up and good.
So 1:44 here in the second quarter, first half. Labette 21, Fort Scott 7. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. We're going to stay right here and give you a couple more sports boosters that we are appreciative of. We got Fort Scott Livestock, Fort Scott Community College, Fort Scott Smoke Shop, Dawn Spirits and Wines, Geiger Plumbing, Hydrix True Value, Heiser Financial Services, and Hole in the Wall. And, it just – high school's all about momentum, and they kind of just took it right back from us after having, two great defensive stops there and getting the ball back, scoring on one, and marching almost all the way down the field, and just unfortunately wasn't on the same page there on that last pass on the 4th and 5. So, there is 1:44 left on the clock. There is some things that we could possibly try here. Get the ball in the air depending on this return here on the kickoff.
Yeah, you at least just want to – you got to get a first down here. You don't want to give them the ball back. Let them have another shot at it before half. You got to keep it – no, you can't let them put any more points.
And they do only have 2 timeouts, so the biggest thing is just no turnovers on our part, and then just, if we get some good yardage here on this kickoff, maybe try a few things. If it doesn't work, just kind of get into halftime, make some adjustments, and get after it.
And they will adjust at halftime. They'll see what are they seeing the most of, what formations are hurting us. I'm sure they'll have some fixes for some things.
Sure. So Noah Nash, I believe, Nolan Nash.
Yep, going to be on the kickoff.
Yep.
He's going to
probably bomb
tee
it
it
deep
up here. Kind of a high kick. He's going to be about the 20-yard line. Jax Armstrong's going to get it. Get a good run.
Yeah, gets about to the 37-yard line here for the Tigers, so they're going to have a chance to, maybe do a few things.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to say he fumbled the ball, and it's Labette ball.
So everything that you don't want to happen here, they get the ball back. I thought he was down, and they were kind of coming off the scrum, but
we just talked about
Coach Stark is yelling at him over there. So I don't know if
Coach Stark's definitely, you can kind of read him. He's saying he was down.
Yeah. And it looks like they are not going to change their opinion, which most of them never do. So it's going to be Altamont ball here, minute 32 left in the second half, and they're pushing on the door again here, unfortunately.
Labette's going to come out here. Look like they're going to be in just an I formation. Receiver to each side. Coach Stark's still letting him have it.
As he should.
He's going to drop back to pass. They're going to run a double move here.
Shy should go get
Shy's
that
over
one
the
too,
top. He crushes him on the money. What are we doing calling a pass interference call? I mean, Shy could not have timed it any better. I actually think the ball touched the receiver's hand as he hits him.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy on the radio, but that's 2 terrible calls in a row. I mean, if you thought Coach Stark was mad before, he's about to lose his mind, and he 1,000% should.
And Stark isn't in the only one. It's now Glades, too, which, they're not usually too hot of people. So, if they're seeing something like that, it's
I mean, that is a great play.
Yeah.
By Shy Kennedy. He blows up the play. I don't know what you want him to do. Is he just supposed to let him catch it?
They didn't even call pass interference or anything. They just called a personal foul is all they called there. So
they're going to – was it targeting?
I mean, I don't – if it's targeting, usually –
He didn't hit him with his head. Yeah. I don't know.
They didn't make the personal foul signal – or they didn't make a pass interference signal. They only made a personal foul signal. So that's going to be a 1st and 10. Minute 25 left on the clock here for the Grizzlies. They're kind of out in a spread formation here.
Pistol set. He's going to drop back and shotgun. He's going to take off running, and we're going to get him for a little bit of a loss there.
Sack here. They're calling a timeout over here on Labette's sideline, so they're going to be down to 1 timeout with 1:14 to go here in the second quarter.
That's the only downside of our seats up here in the booth. You don't know. I mean, they call a personal foul there. I thought for sure. I mean, his eyes are locked in on Tri Kennedy, and he throws the flag. I don't know what in the world why he throws the flag.
It was kind of one of those. I don't want to be that person up in the stands, but he was definitely looking to call that as soon as he kind of saw him running over there to make the play. So
he had his hand in his pocket before the play even finished.
Did seem like that a little bit. But we're here in a timeout. It's going to be Labette County 21 with 1:14 remaining here in the second quarter. Fort Scott 7. Ball's going to be on the 25-yard line for Altamont out of this timeout. They do have 1 left. Fort Scott has all 3. I don't think that really matters for us because we're probably just trying to get to halftime here. Maybe keep the score a two-touchdown game, which, wouldn't be a bad thing. We did watch the Grizzlies, or heard the Grizzlies kind of let one go last week when they went into the halftime up 14. So anything can happen in not even just Fort Scott football, but high school football.
Absolutely.
So, we've seen some good things. We had some momentum there. If we get a big stop here, I could see us going with a little bit of momentum into halftime and a chance to come out.
We received to start the game, didn't we?
We did.
I already forgot.
Yep.
So Labette's going to start the second half with the ball. So
yeah,
gives you even a little more reason you got to keep them out of the end zone.
You got to keep them out of the end zone here because they're going to have a chance to do it right afterwards too.
Second and long, 2nd and 15 from their own.
They got double
25.
motion here. Nobody was set though, so they're okay there.
They're going to run trips to the right side in a pistol formation.
They are middle field, so that should have been.
That's got to be a false start. I mean,
he was not set. When
two receivers are looking at their coach as they're snapping the ball. He kind of turns his whole body.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 18.
That'll move them back 5 yards and make it 2nd and 18.
From what we've seen so far, Coach Argerbright from Labette, he wants to score as many as he can. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just stay in that pistol set and try to throw the ball around the yard and score here.
Yeah, and it's one of those, Shy's already had a chance at 2 picks. He does have one on the night, so it's just kind of if you see that ball up in the air, just don't even try to just go make a play on the ball.
That's exactly what they're going to do. They're staying this pistol set. Twins to both sides. It's
quarterback draw here.
It's wide open.
Going to have enough. We're going to be just short of the first down marker. Clock still running. We're going to just run a quick play here, so it's going to be 3rd and maybe about a half a yard.
That's kind of one of the tough things about, when they get in that spread out set. It's tough to cover the middle.
Be back in the under center with the power back here. Going to be handoff to Davis. Going to wrap him up in the backfield. Does drive him down.
Looks
like they gave enough for the first down. Did pop him in the backfield, but he did kind of fall forward like our guys do. So it's going to be 1st and 10 right at the 10-yard line. 34.7 seseconds to go. They're kind of in a hurry up here. They're not going to use the timeout. Yeah, they got 1 timeout left only. Yep. So 31 seconds left with that spike.
Kind of a weird spike. It almost looked like he just dropped the ball. I was getting ready to say jump on it. He didn't really throw it down. It's just kind of an underhanded drop. That was weird.
Yeah. So 31.1 technically on the clock. Will be 2nd and should be 2nd and 10. Sorry.
Yeah, they could still get a first down.
Is when they goes back a couple yards, but yeah.
They could still get a first down here without scoring
by about
30 seconds left. I don't think
3/4 of a yard maybe. I think you can get to there.
Matter.
Yeah. Well, it could matter with the 1 timeout. They don't score. The clock could run and you don't call it. It's kind of something crazier can happen, but
they're going to be in like a pro formation here. Shotgun, running back to his side. He's going to send a guy in motion from left to right. They're going to run a jet sweep here.
We do have it covered here. He's going to lose some yards. Stay in bounds. Keep him in bounds. They shouldn't be blowing the whistle down.
He should be in bounds. He definitely was not out of bounds.
Definitely in bounds, so are we calling it?
Why is the clock stopped?
They are now killing the clock for a...
They call it a timeout?
Yeah, okay. But they did not call it when they stopped the clock, so kind of some work here by the officials. Going to be about a 3rd and 13 here for them coming out of this timeout. So they have no timeouts left. So this is where they get a first down. The clock will stop for a little bit, but then they don't got to they got to get up on the ball here, so they can get a first down without scoring. But I doubt that happens.
I don't think we're going to have enough time for 3 plays here.
No, they're going to kind of probably start taking shots.
Not in high school.
Yeah, they're going to start taking shots here to the end zone for sure. So 2nd, 3rd, and 13.
Did a good job there on that jet sweep. I mean, obviously we kind of see it coming, and our guys stay home and push them, not spread, but kind of stretch the play out there, which is what you want to do.
There's not much that really happens on that. You do have to kind of watch on that jet sweep that they run that way, and they run the tight end cross to the other side and leave them open because they run the cornerback with them. But Gavin is over there on the far side, kind of on their number 5, so their kicker is also a wide receiver over here for him.
Yeah, backup quarterback.
Pistol formation. Nope, now he's going to be to the side of him, still in the pistol, but back to the side.
He's going to hand it off.
We do get back there again.
Hey, Nogren's all over him, holds on to him, and 2 more Tigers come in.
I don't know if they're going to have enough time to run another play. We'll see here. They're going to run out for a real quick, probably a PAT.
They're going to try to kick
They're going to try to do an extra point attempt here. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Snap is off, snaps down, kick is up. It's going to be short, so
close.
Will be Labette 21, Fort Scott 7 here at halftime. So a lot of momentum going into halftime. We thought was going to be on the Tiger side. Maybe with that stop, we do get a little bit of momentum. We will be right back after this break for the Sharkies halftime show.
Hi, folks. This is Brian from Union State Bank. We would like to use this time to give a friendly reminder that Union State Bank, we offer a number of services that you find at the big bank, and yet you still receive the personalized service that makes banking at a community bank so much nicer. Come in and see us at Union State Bank, family-owned and operated since 1901, on the square in Uniontown and at 12th Street, Highway 69 in Fort Scott. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Halftime has arrived, and it's time for your Fort Scott Tiger football recap, brought to you by Sharkies Pub and Grub at 16 North National in Fort Scott. Whether you crave legendary wings, juicy burgers, or anything else on the menu, Sharkies has something to satisfy every appetite. With big games on the screens and lively patio events, Sharkies is your home turf for both food and fun. Stay in the know and follow Sharkies Pub and Grub on Facebook for the latest specials and updates. Now, with tonight's Sharkies halftime show, here's the voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy.
Welcome back. This is the Sharkies Pub and Grub halftime show on All Hit 103.9 and Tiger Broadcasting. I'm Dylan Duffy, joined by Aaron Judy. The first half between Fort Scott and Labette County has been intense, and over the next 15 minutes, we're going to recap some key plays, see if we can find some SEK conference scores around the league, and highlight some players to watch in the second half. Thanks to Sharkies Pub and Grub and Fort Scott for supporting Tiger Athletics. Aaron, what stands out so far in these first two quarters, not quarterbacks?
I mean, for me, it's kind of we're beating ourselves a little bit right now. Not that Labette County's not good and they're doing good things, but, I mean, we're giving up, we give up that run for them to go up 2 scores on us. But besides that, they haven't really have any crazy explosive plays. But, I mean, when you get the ball at your opponent's 30 to start both drives, I mean, it's just you're putting the pressure on yourself. It's really hard. We're playing hard. We're doing some good things on offense. But
yeah, and, kind of talking about shooting ourselves in the foot, we almost, after that long touchdown by Davis there, we almost turned around and gave it back to him. I don't think he fumbled. I think he was already down, but what the stripes see on the field is kind of what gets called. So we did really good right there towards the end to not let them get in when they kind of had all opportunities to do it and go up by 3 scores going into halftime. So only being down 14 kind of is a saving moment here for us, and we're going to see if we can't quiet this down a little bit.
Shut the windows
they're doing that. But, yeah, Davis is stepping in for their quarterback or their all-state, track
running back,
and, they kind of brought their other one in, and so.
Yeah, and he's still a threat. He can go, as he showed there, that last big run, he kind of breaks it loose. And as soon as he finds green grass open in front of him, it's going to be tough for anybody on our team to catch, anybody on any team to catch him in the state.
Yeah, for sure. And, passing-wise, I think we're doing really good. We're getting pressure on the quarterback on top of that, and then when he is kind of throwing those those jump balls, credit to both of our safeties and everybody out there. You know, our D-backs are doing really good about getting to the ball. Unfortunately, we had a bad pass interference or technically personal foul call. He didn't make the pass interference, but you know, there's a lot of key things that we just clean that up, and we don't have penalties, and you know, this is a whole different score of the game as well.
Yeah, and I mean, like you just said, credit to our defensive backs. They've been in the right position all night, and sometimes they've got to be probably a little more aggressive, going up and high pointing the ball and just taking the ball. I would say if I know Coach Stark, he would take maybe a PI call if you're being aggressive to try to go high point the ball. He's going to fight for his players every time. Yeah. But I mean, like you just talked about though, we're being aggressive. Our defensive line is, when he drops back, Aiden Ogren's been in his face all night. I'm sure that he's tired of seeing 43.
Yeah, he's firing off the ball really good. You know, I mean, all of our line's done really good about if it is a pass. And, you know, after that first drive where they were realistically just kind of getting whatever they wanted on their own side, pushing it down the field, they came out hot. They came out, you know, home team's usually always going to be a little bit more hyped up, and they were hyped up. They did, you know, about 6 plays for a touchdown real quick. And since then, everything they've had to work for except the long touchdown run out of a devastating 4th and 5 that we didn't convert. Maybe we kind of took a play off or just kind of was down in the dumps. And that's one thing, you know, at a school like this where you're kind of playing both sides of the ball, you have no time to react like that. You just got to get back on it and just get after it a little bit.
And I talked to Coach Stark about that after the game a couple of weeks ago, really after I think the last 2 weeks, and he's like, you know, that's part of it with Caden. He just can't get down on himself. And so, honestly, credit to Coach Stark, a good coaching job. Maybe it's a good idea there. He has a bad 4th down there or whatever the case is. He needs to talk to him. I don't know what the case is. I'm not coach, but let him have a break on defense. Talk to him, you know, get his confidence back, then send him back out there on offense. And then he goes out there, leads them down the field. We score. You know, it's all good, but.
For sure, and you know, you said you weren't a coach, but I am going to let you kind of get into a coach's head right here and ask you this question. If you were coaching right now, what's some of the adjustments that you'd like to see kind of coming out of the second half here?
Man.
Don't get on your soapbox. Just kind of give us a couple keys here. Yeah.
I mean, we've got to clean it up on our side, really. I would say that Coach Stark's probably telling them that right now in the locker room, like, guys, yeah, they've had a couple big plays, but you're beating yourselves. I mean, you know, we fumbled it, 3 times? I think 3 fumbles. Maybe 5-6 penalties at this point. Whether they should have all been penalties or not, I won't get into that. But
true coaches talk.
You know, it's like if we go out and play the best football we can play, it should be 14. I just told you that when we're on a break right there. I'm like, the score should be 14-14, which has kind of been the story of us all year. That's just been our problem. It's not that we're not capable. We are capable. And you see the little streaks here and there, and it's like, one of these days, one of these weeks, we're going to put it all together. I know we are. And I know, listening to your coach show on Wednesday, Coach Stark kind of says the same thing, like, we're getting there, you know.
And, you know, that's what I always bring it up. And I told them, you know, our fans are probably going to get tired of hearing it, but we're in the middle of the season right now. And you do want to be playing some very good ball here, but you want to be playing your best ball towards the end in the playoffs. And you kind of hope that, you know, shooting yourself in the foot, things like that aren't happening. But you do want to continue to get better, and, you know, this is a good ode that we can come out in the second half and, you know, not be flat like we were against Pittsburgh in the third quarter and actually come out, because we went into a little momentum stopping them there. I feel like on my part, you come out here, they're going to get the ball after halftime. We stop them there. We have all the momentum in the world to get a score, and you're only down, you know, a touchdown. And it's kind of one of those things that I think we're very capable of scoring on them. We've shown that. We've shown that we can march down the field. Like, we didn't score on that one where we got down to about the 25-yard line, but that was another good drive where we pushed the ball down the field and showed that we can run on them.
Yeah, and let's just be honest. I mean, we're 1-3. The hard truth is that when you come here, they're overlooking you.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you, they all thought, we're about to crush them. You know, it's homecoming. We'll rain on them and get out of here, go to the dance, whatever.
Yeah.
And so,
and you know, a lot of teams to kind of to tee off of you there. We heard Shibey on the radio up here, and it was kind of like we said, it was in a sense kind of their Super Bowl, because we heard him talk about, like, if teams can beat Fort Scott, they don't know how long they're going to be able to do it, so they're going to try to give it. You're getting, even if it feels like it could potentially be a down year for the Tigers, which is not. You're not telling the kids that they're going to try hard at all times, but other teams are going to try to be like, we're still going to play them as hard as we can, and we're going to make sure. So.
Yeah, I mean, we listened to Coach Shibey from Parsons. I'm sure he's a great guy, but They played us, 3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. And he was still talking about it. Yeah.
He has the pregame show on the radio, and really about all he talked about was beating Fort Scott and how great it was. And I'm like,
and it was for them. I mean, that is a good win
good for them.
Even in a year that we're trying to figure things out with a new coach, first-year coach, that your back's kind of already against the wall against that. And, teams are still wanting to give you your best. So that's just showing you that nobody else is taking us lightly kind of going into any games. And Labette's going to, they kind of probably got punched in the mouth and was like,
wake up a little bit.
Fort Scott, they figured out, Fort Scott, no matter what, we're gonna bring it to you. We're gonna fight, and that's the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about with Coach a lot too. Is if our guys are fighting every single game, in a good way, a positive way of continuing to believe and have the heart, like that's a win in any game as long as you're playing all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And so far, we're doing that in the first half here too.
And Coach Stark's probably the same as us. Like I know he doesn't believe in moral victories.
Yeah.
No one wants to, but the Pittsburgh game, like he said, he's proud of them, but he wants to win.
Yeah.
So at some point,
he actually came up to apologize after the game because he's like, I got to do better there. I'm sorry. And we're like, you did everything you could, really.
Listen, a whole bunch of people thought we were going to lose by probably 2 or 3 scores, and we really were right there. Should have probably won the game.
Yeah.
But a couple plays here or there. I don't know. I think, and we talked about on the way here, I talked about, like, if you're Coach Stark, their offense is super explosive. Do you try to stretch the game? Do you take every snap down to 3-4 seconds on the play clock before we snap it and just kind of muck it up? And I don't know what you do.
You kind of do in a sense, but unfortunately now that you're down 2 touchdowns, like they might be thinking that, hey, we can do that. And if you get 2 teams try to bleed the clock, well, the clock's going to go a lot faster. So it's one of those, we get right back into this only down a 1 touchdown or something like that. Then I think there's some things that you can just wear them down because running backs are running hard. We're making good plays. So they're going to fill it in the fourth quarter, and that's kind of where you always want to be. That's Tiger football that, no matter where you're at going into the fourth, you have a chance because if we keep running the ball hard and popping them and making good tackles on defense, like they're going to be feeling it going into the fourth, and they're not going to want to – they're going to kind of reach out a little bit less and have alligator arms make that tackle, and that's when you can pop one and get back. But with that, I do think we probably need to take our first break of the Sharkies halftime show. You're listening to Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy on All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. We'll be right back after this 5-minute break.
Are you hungry?
Sharkies.
Are you thirsty?
Sharkies.
Looking for fun?
Sharkies.
Our kitchen is open late, and we source local produce. Plus, we have catering, a private room for an event. Catch Jayhawks, Chiefs, K-State, and all the NFL games on our TV screens. Here at Sharkies, we strive to support our community by participating in events that give back to your community. We are a family-owned business that is run by local people for local people.
Sharkies.
Casper Enterprises, LLC is a full-service general contractor providing both commercial and residential new construction and remodeling, as well as boat dock fabrication and repair. 3 generations strong, we have over 50 years combined experience in the industry. Call Bo for all your construction needs. Proud supporter of all of our Fort Scott Tigers. Go Tigers.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their bellies at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Since 1921, Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance has been a staple in the community, meeting the needs of our area residents. We handle many types of insurance from auto, home, farm, motorcycle, ATV, watercraft, as well as many aspects of your business needs. We are a proud supporter of sports in our local area, schools, and our athletes. Give us a call, 620-223-2970, or stop by our office. We're located at 20 South National in beautiful downtown Fort Scott, Kansas.
You feel like you're caught somewhere between who you are and who you want to be. Consider attending classes at Fort Scott Community College. Whether you're interested in advancing your education experience or moving from learning to earning as quickly as possible, one of Fort Scott's almost 40 different programs will fit your needs and move you towards the person you hope to become. Please visit fortscott.edu. Click the big Apply Now button and set
than one order. Dive into Dairy Queen's $7 meal deal for the original cheeseburger or the 3-piece chicken strip meal deal. Each meal comes with crispy fries, a 21-ounce drink, and a classic sundae. Hungry for more? Upgrade to a small blizzard for just $2 extra. Rush to your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill or order via the DQ app to grab this unbeatable deal today. Don't miss out. Treat yourself to the classics at Dairy Queen.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the light. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Cale Nelson here in Fort Scott can switch you over so you can start saving today. We are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Cale Nelson serving Bourbon and Lynn counties, it's easy to switch and save. Just give me a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
An authentic taste of Old Mexico in the heart of Fort Scott. That's La Hacienda, the finest Mexican cuisine served fresh, hot, and made to order. Plus, who doesn't love the free basket of homemade chips and La Hacienda's fresh salsa? Get your favorite La Hacienda meal through dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. See their full menu at LaHaciendaFortScott.com. La Hacienda, an authentic taste of Mexico in the heart of downtown Fort Scott, 24 North Main. Proud to support the Fort Scott Tigers.
Hello, Travis Myrick here with Myrick Mechanics, locally owned and operated. If you are tired of costly repairs and or high electric bills, it may be time to upgrade to a higher efficient system. We are system change-out specialists. We install whole homes, mini splits, and Generac generators. Give us a call at 913-713-3734 to schedule a full home and system analysis.
Myrick Mechanical is a proud sports booster.
Keeping you so close to the action, you can feel it. The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
We are back here in Altamont, Kansas, Labette County at halftime. Going to have another 3 minutes to warm up here, but Labette's currently 21, Fort Scott 7. Getting out of halftime here, kind of going around the Southeast Kansas League right now. We got Paola versus Pittsburgh. Currently quarter two, what we can see, they are Paola is leading 19-0 at Pittsburgh. Looks like Independence and Chanute are in a battle right here going into halftime. It's 21 Chanute, Independence 20. And looks like Independence might have just got the ball, or it already is halftime potentially.
We're trying to find it here.
There. And then Parsons is down in Frontenac tonight, and Frontenac is currently winning at halftime 14-6, so that's kind of around the league for us. Yeah, so at half, Chanute is taking that 21-20 lead. Looks like they are at Chanute? No, they're at Chanute. They're at Chanute. Okay, so yeah, another good broadcast. They're kind of the mecca for SEK broadcasting over there.
And impressive.
It's pretty cool because, the high school gets to do that there themselves. So, kind of coming out of the second half here, we're already out warming up. 2:15 left here before kickoff, where Labette will be getting the ball back. Like we kind of talked about before the break there, just our momentum has to be we made a stop there, and we just got to get in and make another stop here coming out of half and see what we can do if we get the ball back in our hands without them scoring.
Yeah, you definitely – right here is pivotal. Maybe I'm going to say the biggest drive of the second half is probably this first one. You just got to get a stop right here. You don't want to let them just, score early especially, and then you kind of maybe put it out of reach or where we've got to be in a hurry up, and we're not a team that wants to be in a situation where we got to be in a hurry up offense.
Kind of what you brought up of if we want to try to slowly bleed it down a little bit and everything. If we get down by 3 touchdowns, it's going to be very tough to bleed the clock and try to get back into this game. So it's one of those things that we're definitely going to try to probably get a stop here, see what we can do as soon as we get the ball back. And, and 5 minutes out of the game, we could potentially only be down a touchdown here and a chance to get back after it. But that's going to do it for the Sharkies halftime show. We're kind of getting the windows and everything set back up here. So we appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back with the rest of the game in the second half after this. Thank you for listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This has been Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy. Back after this with the second half.
in all their activities.
Peerless Products offers health insurance with an employee-only premium as low as $10 per week. Company-funded health savings account, company-funded life insurance for employees and their immediate families, profit sharing, and 401k match. Peerless employees enjoy fresh fruit daily, earned paid sick time, and vacation time that's immediately available, and the knowledge that their weekends will be theirs to enjoy. Apply in person or online at peerlessproducts.com. Peerless Products is an equal opportunity employer that puts their people first.
That wraps up the Sharkies Pub and Grub halftime show. Sharkies is the place to watch your favorite sports teams while you dive into their fantastic menu. Visit them at 16 North National in Fort Scott. And don't forget to follow Fort Scott Sharkies Pub and Grub on Facebook for mouth-watering specials and upcoming patio events. Now get ready for more excitement as we kick off the second half of the Fort Scott Tiger football game. There's more action, more big plays, and even more to cheer about. So stay tuned to All Hit 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube for all the coverage. Go Tigers!
We are back here in Altamont, Kansas, about ready for the kickoff. Caleb Hall's taking his steps, getting ready to go here. If you just are now joining us, Labette is currently up out of halftime, 21-7 over Fort Scott at the start of the third quarter.
Caleb's got it teed up here. Whistle's blown, and he's going to let it fly.
Good kick there,
Good
right up
boot.
the middle.
Going to be catching about the 15. He's going to take it to this right
here.
side.
We do got it filled as long as we make a tackle, and we do right there at the 30. So they're going to set up shop here. Be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies coming out of halftime.
And that's going to be Rush Newton in there on the tackle. So another freshman that's playing a little bit on Friday night. He's going to go in there and get the tackle on kickoff.
Absolutely. You know, those are the names. You kind of hear the family ties. We brought that up in the coaches' corner of just how we have a lot of guys that have already played in this program before, and their kids are kind of coming up, and we get to watch them don the Tiger Paw on the helmets as well.
They're going to come. Labette's going to be in a pistol formation, twins to both sides spread out. He's going to drop back, throw a swing pass over here to his right side. He's going to have green grass.
Do wrap him up, though. We feel it. You know, he had about 10 yards to run there. It looks like he's maybe got the wind knocked out of him, too. He's kind of slow to get up, but that is enough for a first down. And it's one of those good thing we got him down there because he had a lot of green grass, and so good pursuit there.
They're going to throw that swing pass to Deontay Fields there again. Looks like maybe hurt his hand.
Yeah, it was just kind of one of those things. He kind of stayed down, but he got up, so.
I don't know.
There's a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against Labette, so you can go ahead and erase that. Good gain by them. So
I think they're holding Gavin Miles over there on that side. I saw Coach Sharkies. This isn't Texas. Coach Stark over there in his ear, telling him about the holding.
You can worry about Texas tomorrow. I don't know who they're playing. We don't have to worry about it too much. We're at Tiger football right now.
That's right. And they're going to come back out in the same set. I'd say we're going to see a whole bunch of this set until we figure it out.
Yep. And,
they're going to be in the pistol. He's going to have twins to both sides. He's going to drop back, run a screen here. We are all over it. He gets nothing.
Draw and gets absolutely nothing out of it. Great pursuit. It's kind of one of those things. It helps when it's 1st and 10, but then it also helps a lot when they
1st and 20 is real nice. And now they're
kind of get after him a little bit more because you got plenty of yards that they got to get after.
I'm going to say 2nd and 21. I actually think he lost another yard there on that draw. So a good job.
Well, they only got it like 2nd and 15, actually. So we're going to fix that. Thought the hold, if it was on the guy on the swing pass, it probably would have been right at the line of scrimmage, so I should have backed him up 10 from that spot, not.
Right.
But, we're up here in the booth for a reason.
Again, they're going to be in this pistol formation. Twins to each side. He's going to take it. He's looking to pass.
Kind of have everybody covered. He's going to run up the middle and get absolutely
not going to get
3 yards here. Well, I said 3, and they kind of just keep walking it up. It's kind of weird where they go down. Maybe it's just our angle, but it's going to be 3rd and 10 here.
This is a big 3rd down.
Yeah,
we have got to get a stop here, get our defense off the field, and then
like we talked about in the halftime show, you really want to get a stop here on this drive and then get the ball back and see what you can do.
And I was going to say, I just don't see him going for a punt or for a 4th down, and if you can keep him in.
Not on this side of their field. You definitely,
in
high school ball, position on the field is a big thing, so I would assume a punt here.
So we're going to see, they're going to be in the pistol. They're going to have 2 receivers split to one side and a kind of a wing back. He's going to drop back. They're going to run a screen.
See if we get to him quick.
And we are right there. just can't. We have someone in position. I couldn't quite see who it was, but just can't make the play.
It's going to be enough for a first down, and that's one of those, as much as you practice and we are younger, just a Ryder Newton in the middle there to kind of read that would be a big help for us, and it sucks he's injured, but we got to play with what we got. And we had a chance to make the tackle there, and unfortunately we didn't, but that's going to give them a new set of chains. Going to be a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies right there on about the 49-yard line. Still on their side of the field, but they're kind of knocking on our door.
They were in kind of a slip screen there. They're going to come back in double tight, I formation. Sorry, not double tight, but I formation. He's going to bounce it out over the left side.
Gets nowhere.
No gain.
I'm not giving him a single yard. 2nd and 10.
They hand it off to Deontay Fields there. I do think they're actually going to give him one on the field. So we'll call it 2nd and 9.
Not in this booth, they're not. We'll let them do it up there, but, they stuffed them right there. You kind of got to give our big guys a good pursuit there. And, the running game's gotten a little bit tighter for them. They're kind of have to pull out the tricks of the screens and kind of the look at this and do something different kind of thing. So we kind of got them right where we want them. Maybe hopefully a big play here soon and turn the tides.
And looking at the report we get from Coach every week, they're not afraid to run a few trick plays here and there. So they're going to come out in the pistol. Twins to both sides again, split formation. He's going to drop back and throw a swing pass out here to his right side. Deontay Fields is going to catch it. I think he's going to get maybe one on that.
And that's another time he's kind of getting up real slow here, so he's hurting a little bit.
And if you remember right, the first half, I think every time they threw that, they had, I think, a first down.
Yeah. So
and a lot more. So
alignment and assignment football, we're playing better assignments here in the second half, and that's kind of owed to our coaches for sure, of just making sure we're in the, hey, this is the stuff we went over in film. This is what we got to watch. If you see it, they're not changing too much. Just get out there and hit them.
I'm sure Coach Glade had adjustments because they were running this before. They're going to stay in this
pistol formation,
split out formation,
kind of a pro,
kind of open. Yeah, he's going to run a wheel route to the running back.
He drops that one. It's kind of one of those. He probably didn't know. Maybe footsteps kind of got to him there, not knowing if he's going to get popped because he's already kind of took a few to get up.
Looked like Creed and Clayton.
They are running their punt team out here. We do got to make sure of a fake for sure, but it's going to be a 4th and 8 and a chance for the Tigers to regain some momentum and get the ball back here.
Yeah,
Dexter Williams is back for us.
We talked about it. Needed to get a stop out of halftime. We did that. Now we got to get the ball and not beat ourselves. We got to do something.
Yeah, we got to continue to make sure that we do the right things here. Kicker with gloves, so maybe he gets it stuck to his glove and we get a muff punt or something here. We are back there. It is going to be a short punt. Kind of call it.
We tipped it. They're going to say tipped it. Get away from the ball.
Get away from it. Get away from it. We're good there.
Don't mean to yell at that here. Carson Miles, who's played great all night, kind of standing over the ball on a punt, so I'm sure coaches will talk to him about that. You definitely don't want to be the one that touches the ball and they get it back. It looked like, I want to say it was Creed and Clayton there. Was that Creed? Someone tipped that ball.
To me, it looked like a lot of white jerseys going towards that ball. So, they kind of all kind of got through there. So, it's one thing to kind of tuck in your back pocket later on in the game. If you need something, we got a chance to get through there. But Caden is coming back out, getting the play into the huddle here. It's going to be 7:30 left in the game. And third quarter, Labette 21, Fort Scott 7. Normal split back here for the Tigers. It'll be a direct handoff right to Creed Clayton. Going to be a gain of about good 5 yards there on a first down, and that's another momentum builder there that you continue to just get positive yards on first down. It makes the next couple downs a lot easier.
Yeah, they just run power over the right side. He follows his blocker, and he does a good job of reading his block and making one cut and going, and he did a good job there.
I do got a quick thing. Creed, I wonder if he had a little bit more food this week because he usually kind of shows that belly off a little bit like Ezekiel Elliott. Now it's a little bit harder to call his name because he doesn't have his jersey up as much, but another handoff right to Creed on the right side.
He's just
behind the big Hawks. He's pushing for enough for a first down. Get wrapped up on the ball.
He's still going.
Gets about another 6 yards after the first down. Kind of got hit right there at the first down marker and then keeps on pushing. So, imposing our will here. A couple of Labette County players are slow to get up. One's limping off with the cowboy collar. They might have to call something here for him.
Yeah, talking about playing to the whistle, Jacob Adams takes his kid about 10, 20 yards downfield, pancakes him.
That's the Jacob Adams you want. Yeah, he's going to definitely, if he can get a hold of you.
Don't want to do too much. Sometimes he gets a little wound up, but we'll take that.
Absolutely. It's going to be a 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Cannon under center, split back. Going to be another handoff. If it ain't broke, go fix it. Creed Clayton, if you're going to find it, keep on moving it up. And it's going to be about enough for another
It's going to be a first down.
Another Tiger first down.
And then going back to that, we talked to Coach and we read it, a little bit on the stuff he gives us. And he's like, if a play's working, we're going to get in it and just run
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely.
Kind of the same thing Labette did to us at the beginning of the game. We're just going to keep on running the same play at them until they can stop it kind of thing. And it's working out so far. It's Kane under center.
They're going to run it again.
Handoff. Going to be another big one. It gets popped a little bit, but, enough for –
We thought it was a first down there. They marked him about a yard short, but he's going to get a gain of about 5 or 6 there. And it's going to be a first down now.
It's kind of one of those that he signaled one with his hand from up here, and they didn't move the sticks, so maybe the white hat decided it wasn't. But we're going to go quick, so kind of opposite of what Aaron kind of decided. But we are down 14, so we got to keep on moving it here. Can't understand another handoff to Creed. Going to call it dead. Offsides, though, on Labette is the first signal here, so that's going to give us a quick 5 yards without even having to run the play.
So we're going to move them back 5.
Move them up 5.
Second
and 5, yeah.
Labette back, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you were saying, so it's going to be a 1st and 5 for Fort Scott here with 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter.
And this might be one of those situations where you've kind of lulled them to sleep, run the same play over and over and over. Maybe you see play action here. I don't know that they're going to get away from the run because we haven't been stopped yet.
I bet it's probably going to Creed, maybe a counter. Nope, we're going to give it to Paxton now on the other side. They're going to fill it, but we are going to
Paxton's going to break a tackle, break another tackle. And he's going to get a first down there. He's going to run for close to 10, late flag. And the kids are clapping, so it's going to be on them. And honestly, Labette right now, I know they're up 2 touchdowns, but they look frustrated. We've ran the same play 7 times in a row. They can't stop it. They look a little bit tired, and they're starting to get a little chippy. No one likes to be the team that's just getting the ball shoved down your throat and doesn't seem like you can do much about it. But we've got to continue to do it. We can't just do it for one drive and then,
It's going to be a no call there. It looks like they're going to wave the flag off. The white hat is. So it's still going to be enough for a first down Fort Scott, but going to be about a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. It looks like maybe the 17 here.
We're going to hurry up, get on the ball. We're going to be in a double tight, single receiver split to the far side of the field, split back. They're going to run power over the right side again to Creed Clayton. He's going to try to stretch it. Doesn't work out.
Going to be a pack of Grizzlies there. It looks like it may be about back to the line of scrimmage, though. He kind of does one of those things. He's going to fall forward even with a host of them on him and just get
back him up, I think.
About a 2nd and I'd say 10 and a half here, but nothing crazy. So push it down here. We got down here the last time and didn't score, so I think this time inside our red zone, we're definitely going to need to put some points on the board here if we want to have a chance to stay in this game.
Yep. Big possession right here. They set it downs. Caden's going to be under center. They're going to run it again. Creed's going to break a tackle. Fall for and another late flag.
Going to be a flag from the backside. That usually
they're going to call late holding. And he threw that so late. I mean, the play is
the call is holding Fort Scott.
Well past it. Some of these penalties tonight are pretty dang questionable in my opinion. I wonder, is this like college? Can we get fined?
I don't think we can get fined now. We're not part of anything besides a radio broadcast, so they can't find us. So. Good news is I don't think any Stripes are probably listening to this after the game, so we'll be all right there. It's going to be a 2nd and looks like 20 for us. So still, chance to do some things here, but we're going to have to pick it up a little bit.
Come back out, same formation, receiver to the right. Now we're going to run play action. And he's wide open, and he's going to catch it. That's going to be Drayden Marlowe is going to run a seam down the left side of the field from the tight end position. Caden puts it on him, and he catches it. We're going to give him.
It's going to be a 3rd and 5, so a gain of 15 there for the Tigers.
Yeah. Puts us back in 3rd and manageable here.
Yep.
Really, really, you want to convert here. I mean, we're at the Tigers are going to be at Labette County's
about the 12-yard
line. We've got to get a first down here. We got 2 downs. We're going to run quarterback sneak straight up the middle. I don't know that he's going to get the first down, but he's going to be really close. Looks like we're going to be about a yard short, so it's going to bring up 4th and they're going to call it 4th and 2. A long one, short 2.
It's a short 2. It's a 1 yard to me, so that's what we're going with here. I'm probably going to see another quarterback keeper. I mean, we haven't been stopped on it yet all season. I don't think we can get stopped here after kind of pushing
do
it
it,
down.
or do you run it over this? They have nobody on the left side here. Do you fake it again?
I don't think you run that fake tush push. So they're going to see that coming out. They don't have really a nose guard that's going to stop ours. We're going to run it. No.
We're going to hand it off there to
He
Creed.
fell forward, though, which is a positive. We'll see where they give us a mark.
This is going to be all about the spot.
Looks like they're not giving us a spot.
They're not even going to check it?
Labette County will take over on downs. It'll be first
I mean,
and 10.
judging by the side judge, he's standing right at the marker.
I want to mention tomorrow.
Gosh, you hate that. We're at the 12-yard line, and we just...
Yeah, I think that's one of those.
No points. I
Yeah.
almost wish we just push Caden again and see what we can do there. But
yeah, just another great offensive drive, kind of stopped short, so it's going to be first and 10 for the Grizzlies here, right on their ball on the 9-yard line.
gosh, you hate to see that drive stall out there. We put together such a good drive and then just couldn't finish. I mean, we come up 1 yard short. So Labette's going to come back out. Same thing. They're going to be in a pro shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Deontay Fields. He gets tripped up. Thank goodness, because he was open space ahead of him. He's going to get about 8. We'll call it 8 on the carry. Got to bring up 2nd and 2 for Labette here. I've got a good hunch here that we're going to see mostly that open formation, either the pistol or kind of the pro formation with shotgun with his receiver or with his running back to his side for the rest of the game for the most part.
Yeah, we'll see. They might go under center here and run kind of that power eye here formation that they ran and had success on that opening drive, and they kind of got away from it for a little bit and get fancy, but they are back under center here. It's going to be a direct handoff to him, and he's going to get stuffed, but it looks like it might have been. It's going to be short.
Carson Miles and Cretan Clayton.
Looking over there at the down box, it's going to be a third and 1, 3rd and inches here, so we got a chance here to get another stop, get the ball right back.
Yeah, big play, and it's 2 down territory. They're going to go for it on 4th down, being that close, I would imagine.
You'd imagine. But, if they don't run a quarterback draw here, we get to the backfield, or a quarterback sneak here, we get to the backfield real quick. It's going to push them back, and they definitely are going to need to punt. But back under center in the power eye. Got a wide receiver out here on their side of the sideline and the wide receiver over on our side.
We shift our receivers right to the middle, and they
sneak. We do get to the back, but
I think he gets it.
I saw one of our players get tackled. That's normally a hold, but I guess on the tush push kind of thing, it's not. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies there. If you're young and watching, you cannot tackle when you're on the offensive line and not expect a penalty 80% of the time. So 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies, except for right there. So that's why I said 80%, not 100%. But be 1st and 10. They're kind of doing that, milking the clock. They're going to probably get out of here about 10 seconds left to go and get lined up. Snap the ball around 7 to 5 seconds and start bleeding this out a little bit. Under a minute left here in the 3rd quarter.
Same thing.
A quick quarter.
Labette's going to come out in the pistol, twins to each side, split wide. He's going to throw
pop
it.
Pass. Creed's there to wrap him up as soon as he catches it. Going to be about a gain of 3, and that's we're going to have to run one more play of this quarter, but it's going to be Labette 21, Fort Scott 7, and kind of the opposite of what we talked about. We marched down the field, clock stayed running for good or for worse, but then we didn't score, and they're gonna milk it out here in the 3rd quarter. They're gonna have to run one more play here though.
And you just think we're right there in the red zone. We've got to find a way to come away with the points.
Yep.
When we're that close.
Setting up to be a fun 4th quarter though, I think, for the Tigers here.
I mean, if we can just convert that 4th down, I really think we score there, and it's a 1-score game.
Absolutely, and all the momentum's back on our side after 2 big stops coming out of the.
They're going to be under center here. He's going to hand it off over the right side of Deontay Fields. He's not going to get much.
He breaks a few tackles and ends up pushing it forward to maybe about going to be a yard or a half a yard before 4th down here.
I say he's not going to get much there. We had him held up there.
Well, this guy over here is marking it on the long side of the field. He's already calling it a 1st down way over here. So I don't know how that works out when you're not on the sticks, but we'll have some conversation. So they do give it a 1st down going into the 4th quarter. They're going to switch sides of the field. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This is Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the light. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Cale Nelson here in Fort Scott can switch you over so you can start saving today. We are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Cale Nelson serving Bourbon and Lynn counties, it's easy to switch and save. Just give me a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're back here in Altamont, Kansas, start of the fourth quarter. Labette 21, Fort Scott 7. The ball's going to be on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. So, the Tigers held pack there. They didn't score any in the third quarter, but unfortunately we didn't score ourselves, so we got to get the ball back here. They're kind of driving. They haven't quite drove yet. They gained about 10 yards first down right there in the third quarter to bring it up to 1st and 10 here, 31, getting everybody set. Zebras are getting back to the back, counting everybody up. Good to go. So we got fourth quarter football here in Lucas Stadium in Altamont, Kansas. Labette back in the pistol formation, doubles to our side of the field, running the jet sweep motion, kind of a delayed, quick motion. Maybe a broken play there because some of the linemen didn't even go.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's going to be a
there.
2nd and 9 here for Labette.
They run just a quarterback keep over the right side there. He gets about 1 on the carry. Drayden Marlowe is going to be in on the tackle.
Yep, definitely a broken play. Going to be back in the pistol formation here. Doubles to our sideline. Single set over here on the short side of the field. They're going to be right inside the hash marks on the left side. Quarterback's asking for the motion again. Same play. This time he's going to call something, but offsides on us.
What?
Right on the play, the call is offsides on
No one even moved.
So
They're going to say we were in the neutral zone?
Had to been in the neutral zone because as soon as they went in motion, maybe he saw it and he kind of stepped up instead of stepping back. So it's going to give them a 5-yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Grizzlies here. So just kind of another thing, shooting ourselves in the foot. It's been a unfortunate thing this whole game for us so far.
And they're going to call it on our D tackles, I think, maybe. That's just when you're playing D-line, there's no
Yeah, I
excuse
guess
for
maybe
being over
when the corner moved up, they saw it. But under center, T's formation here, going to be a handoff. Left side, he's going to bounce back to the right, go nowhere fast, and we're going to drop him down for maybe about a loss of,
we're not even going to get into it. But
they're right here in front of us, and I don't see that line whatsoever. But it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 on the board. I'm going to keep it at a 3rd and 5 as well over here. So another chance at a stop here. They're going to kind of milk some of the clock, go a little slower. But,
yeah, this
not out of it yet. We stop them here. We get the ball back, march down the field like we have been doing, but actually put some points on the board, and we're right back in this with a chance to win it here at the end again.
And we've got to try to get turnovers here. We had them stood up right there. That's the time
Pistol
you got to come in
formation,
and punch it.
Running him over across now. I can see why they called offsides on our D tackle the last time he was out there.
Swing pass out
number
here to
5
the right.
to the run. Going to be short, so it's going to be a 4th down. They're going to make a decision here. It's going to be 4th. And about 4 here.
Looked like Rush Newton was in there, kind of the first one to him. Gets out of his tackle, but he slows him down enough for a few more tacklers to get in there.
On the tackle for the Tigers, number 6, Drayden Marlowe.
We've got 2 freshmen in on defense right now. Looks like both of our safeties. Maybe
yeah.
Nope, Shy's in there, so we're going to have Caden Cannon's getting a break, and I don't know, Creedon's out too, so that's where we're going to see Rush Newton in for him. Labette's going to go ahead and line up and go for this. This is a big 4th down. They're going to be in the pistol, twins to each side.
Going to be a
quarterback keep, and he's going to get the first down and more.
First down. Shy's going to knock him down at the ankle, so it's going to be about a gain of 7 there. Enough for the first down. Ball is going to be on the 46-yard line on the mark. It's going to be a first down.
And that's a 4th down where you've got to make them pay. I mean, you got to figure out a way there, dig deep, and they kind of catch us when we've got some of our starters out right now, but we still got a long field to go. So.
Yep, and it's just this is the point where I didn't start the clock with. It's 9:13 already left in the fourth quarter, so they're just kind of going to bleed the clock as much as they can. We do have all 3 of our timeouts along with them, but going to be that thing.
We
got to get a turnover here quick if we can. Shotgun. We do get to the backfield quick. He does make a break, good move. Turns what would have been if we would wrap him over in the backfield to a loss to about a gain of 5 there. We're going to be up 2nd and 5 for the Grizzlies here.
Tackled by number 12. For Fort Scott, and that's Rush.
This is kind of the witching hour where we got to make a big stop, make a big impact, make a big hit or something here and kind of turn the tide because we're just kind of getting lulled to sleep. And
we need a turnover in a bad way.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we do have a few freshmen in there. It looks like we might even have Clark in there as a D end or Marlowe on that side. And
they're going to be in a shotgun, like flex bone formation. He's going to hand it off.
Left side, goes up the middle here, going to get wrapped up, and going to be a flag, maybe a hold for us. Number 25, is that Little Newton right there?
No.
Or no, that's Paxton Allen, isn't it? Yep, Paxton Allen.
It's going to be 12.
Yep, okay. So we'll see what the penalty is here on the play. It's going to be holding offense, so that's going to move them back. Anything positive, they're going to move back about 10 yards. So what would have been a first down again from where they spotted it? It's going to be back to about a 2nd and 9 here, and we're going to replay the down.
So we've seen a ton of formations out of Labette tonight. Kind of makes it hard, in high school when you're trying to game plan. You don't usually see a lot of teams line up in this many different formations.
No, but, credit to our coaching staff, though. We kind of saw it all in the scouting report. We know all the formations. It's just, keying off of each play that they're going to run out of the formation. Really, it could be the same play, but
T
20 different
formation
formations.
here.
Quarterback under center. Going to be a
quarterback
fake
keep
pass. Going to dodge one.
Oh.
Going to get tipped. It's going to be an incomplete pass here for the Tigers. So that does stop the clock. Beneficial for us. Kind of got a little tricky there.
Yeah,
I think the coach is probably telling him over here on the sideline, like, hey, you got to get that the first read, get the clock rolling there.
Aiden Ogren's right there. He kind of I'm not going to give him, I was going to say a pro football player that plays for the Chiefs, but I'm not going to do that. But he kind of pump fakes there, gets him in the air, gets himself another 2 or 3 yards, and then tries to kind of throw a little sidearm there. It gets tipped around.
Yeah.
And almost intercepted. But
that's kind of one of those ball falls your way on some nights, and good things happen if that gets tipped up a little bit higher. And
that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. He's going to stay in the pistol. There's wing back, doubles to the right, single receivers to the left. And they're going to run a screen here to Deontay Fields, and not that time.
We read that one, so that's going to bring up a 4th and about 7 here. So another chance that they did complete that one, so the clock is going to continue to run there.
They're going to punt it.
4th and 7 right
Great
there.
job by Carson Miles right there. They ran it earlier in the game, and he gets a big explosive play out of it. They ran it right there. Carson sniffs it out, and he didn't get much.
Clock should hopefully catch up here on the broadcast, but 7:14 and counting remaining over here. Labette 21, Fort Scott 7, fourth quarter, 4th and 8. We are lined up for a punt situation here. He didn't have a very good punt last time. We got to make sure that we yell, the old term is Peter if it's a bad snap, so you can just get away from the ball as quick as you can.
Dexter's going to be on about his
better punt here. We are just going to let it bounce. Going to be taking out a very good bounce. Going to kind of go move back. So get us about 2 yards. They jump on it. So quick 30-second break. 6:47 left here in the 4th quarter. Labette 21, Fort Scott 7. We'll be right back here listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Tiger fans, Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
Thank you, supporters.
Back here in Altamont, Caden looks back to pass. He's going to take nothing, get back to the line of scrimmage, and go down. Looking for somebody. Looks like he was looking over here at Dexter. Single coverage, but just couldn't get the ball out. They kind of got to us quickly, so that's going to bring up 6:34 and counting. Labette 21, Fort Scott 7.
He's kind of swarmed in the backfield there. I'm sorry about the camera. Sorry, I was trying to get a drink, and we were trying to hurry back
quick
there.
And everything else, yep.
Caden's going to come back under center. They're going to be in split back. Drayden Marlowe to the field side. They're going to run slip screen here, and Caden just throws it up.
And it looks like they might have came down with it. They did.
An interception. They sniffed that out from the very jump.
Yep.
And
kind of a play we haven't really ran all year either, so it must just be something that they saw coming. But we really had 2 people right there in the same spot, so didn't go very well for us. And unfortunately, it's another turnover for the Tigers. 6:06 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Labette 21, Fort Scott 7. Ball's going to be on about the 27-yard line for Labette coming out of this turnover on down, or turnover by turnover.
Caden's got to kind of see, if they set on it, either throw it in the stands or take off.
Yep.
You can't just kind of toss it up.
It's going to be a pistol bone formation here for the Grizzlies. It's going to be a snap, handoff directly to Nash. It's going to be up the middle. One man to beat, gets to the outside, and unfortunately he's going to be in the end zone for Labette, so that's going to bring the score 27 Labette, Fort Scott 7, 5:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And so, just kind of on top of a unfortunate turnover, that's going to be an unfortunate another lapse in getting a tackle, kind of feeling sorry for yourself. You definitely got to make a play there and not capitalize on that. It's going to be tough for us.
Yeah, and I think that's their backup quarterback there. He kind of seems like he plays
running back, kicker.
I'm sure we'll see him next year at quarterback.
So Nash now lines up for the PAT. Good snap, good hold, kicks up, kicks straight through, and that would have been good from. That would have been good from the earlier. So
the earlier fire drill.
Yep. As we're getting set up here, it's going to be Labette 28, Fort Scott 7. Take it back to the studio for a quick 30-second break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings and the people you are dealing with. Our staff members at Cheney-Witt Chapel are all Fort Scott High School and Fort Scott Community College alumni. So whether we say go Tigers or Greyhounds, we really mean it. Cheney-Witt Chapel, we're here when you need us. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Cheney-Witt Memorial Chapel is built on the tradition of care.
Back here in Altamont, Kansas, Labette 28, Fort Scott 7, 5:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Fort Scott's lined up. Looks like we have Paxton Allen deep, Dexter Williams on one side. It's not 20.
No, that's going to be 28.
28.
Yep, that's going to be Kyler Keating, the deep man. Looks like maybe Dexter
on the left side over here, and Jax Armstrong maybe.
Yep.
Jax Armstrong over on the right side. So lined up, going to expect a return here because he has a big boot on him. 28-7, 5:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Got a kind of a number origami kicking 5.55.
It's kind of a high kick.
Going to run up on it.
Armstrong's going to catch it.
Jackson has a chance to return it here up the middle.
Makes one guy miss and then kind of gets hit.
He's about the 30, so going to be set up there. 5:43 left now. After that, we're going to get set back up, see if we can do some things. This is where you got to dig deep a little bit. You're down 3 touchdowns now, not a whole lot of time left, but you got to get some positives on the tape and try to push it down the field and get a score here and see what you can do. A couple onside kicks and you're right back in this. Crazier things have happened, but we got to get going right here, right now. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the 31-yard line.
And they're going to come out in the bone formation. Caden's going to hand it off over the right side to Aiden Ogren. He's going to get a good gain of, we'll call it 9 there. Boy, some of these spots are just not very good tonight. That's not why we're losing at all, but it is a little annoying with just how far they're off on all of them, for both sides probably.
It's going to be 2nd and 1, after a 9-yard gain. So
they're going to stay in this flex bone formation with Aiden Ogren in the backfield.
Got them kind of where they weren't set.
They're going to run counter
right up the middle.
He's going to get the first down. It kind of gets lifted up and slammed down there, but
be enough for a Tiger first down here. Aiden Ogren kind of getting some looks at the running back position. Just one of those. He is kind of your main tight end, but you try to get your athletes the ball anyhow. And so we're giving them an opportunity back here in the backfield and a new look offense for us here. That probably wanted to see a little bit more back to our normal split back set here. Cannon under center, Dexter out to the left here. We're going to be looking, releasing, thrown behind him, incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Had him in the zone, sitting there, just kind of got away from him.
Dexter kind of settles in there, breaks his route off right, and they're running like cover 2. He kind of sets in the soft spot, and Caden just overthrew him a little bit there.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Clock's going to be stopped at 4:40. Got 4:17 on mine, but we'll get that set back up. Same formation here, Cannon under center. Going to be a handoff, keep. Going to keep the pitch as well. Option, going to gain about 2 there before he gets wrapped up. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Tigers here.
They run outside veer there. Caden pulls it and then kind of gets stood up almost as soon as he does pull it there.
Yeah, so we're in 4-down territory the rest of the game, no matter where we're at, probably on the field.
Yeah, there's
down
no
3 touchdowns. So, you want to get you'd like to get a first down here on 3rd down, but you definitely want to get at least 4 or 5 yards, make it a manageable 4th down if you need to. So we'll see what we come out formation-wise here. Going to be back in that kind of bone set for us. Dexter over here on the right side, short side of the field. Going to be a handoff to Ogren up the middle. He's going to bounce it out to the right side. Doesn't break any tackles there once he gets out there, and it's going to be a 4th and 8 as well. So kind of one of those things we're going to have to go to the air here, I think, if we want to try it or run some sort of trickery.
I think they're going to run the punt team out.
We are going to end up running the punt team out, so you're just going to kind of bend them deep, not let them get up by too much more here, and just lick our wounds and get out of Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, you just want to kind of try to stop the bleeding, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully Caleb's done a great job of kicking this year. If there is a bright spot.
I'll say they're not too far deep. We are going to call a timeout. So maybe we're going to think this over a little bit here. Timeout Fort Scott. So we'll take it back to the studio for a 30-second break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy.
Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, they strive to provide the most thorough diagnosis of your heating and air conditioning system by utilizing the most up-to-date diagnostic tools as well as attending product-specific training so they can get you back up and running as fast and economical as possible. If a system replacement is required, rest assured you will receive an installation of your new equipment that is second to none with factory-trained and approved startup with a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Call Norris Heating and Air Conditioning now at 223-5990 for your hometown comfort connection.
We're back here at Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas. Labette County 28, Fort Scott 7, 3:18 left here in the fourth quarter. You know, just we've had some good drives here. We're going to try to complete this one 4th and 8.
We're going to change our mind. We're going to go twins to each side.
And no shot. They kind of got right through the line there. So that's going to bring up a first down for Labette about at the 35-yard line. Unfortunately, you know, I like the to kind of go for it thing. You don't want to tuck your tail and run, but just not a good setup there. And unfortunately, we just got drove in the backfield. So it's going to be a first and, well, maybe the White Hats talking.
I don't know what
they're moving the chains back. Maybe they had a penalty, a personal foul or something after the game here. They don't have the chain set up right, so this is kind of another thing to that.
They're having a tough night.
Yeah.
Just like we are, unfortunately.
Yep. So we got the back judge talking to the White Hat here, kind of see what we got going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
I'm going to have a talk here. We're going to have holding on the defense, so that should be an automatic first down for Scott. The problem is they moved the chains already.
Again,
so they
this
have
is the second week in a row that they've done this. So now we have no idea.
Should be a holding down the field, so it should be an automatic first down.
And they're going to guess where the ball was.
It's going to be a 4th and 8. They got the ball in the 45, so they kind of knew where that was at. They did that, so it's going to be enough.
It does make a little bit of sense right there. They tried to run slip screen again, and it's like the receiver that was trying to get through.
If it was a 4th and 8, though, it definitely should be a first down, so the chains are not set up correctly over here. It's not a 4th down. It should be a first down if it was 4th and 8. Should be a first down if it was 4th and 8. I mean, right? Is a holding not 10 yards? I just want to make sure
what's going on here.
Okay, somehow it is now.
So it's going to be 4th and 5.
3:07 left.
Come out. And we're going to hand it off to Creed Clayton. He's going to get the first down.
And now they're going to have another flag on the play.
Of course.
And we're going to stop the clock there with 2:59 remaining. I bet we're going to have a holding on us. Yep. Kind of came from their sideline, so he either saw it right there. Paxton is kind of pointing at him. He said he was kind of inside the inside him a little bit. He shook his head, so maybe he saw it there too with him. But Paxton's not going to be one to get to.
He's not going to argue or do anything. We do have a few kids that get a little hot in the head, but Paxton's not one of them.
Paxton's not one of them. So that's going to bring up a 4th and.
Pretty much exactly where we started. We're going to try.
It was a 4th and 8 and a holding of.
We're going to call it the timeout here. It looks like Coach Stark wants to talk about it.
Yeah. So timeout with 2:59 remaining. Labette 28, Fort Scott 7. I'm going to have to go back and look at the film, but in my head I'm stuck on if it's a 4th and 8 and you have a 10-yard penalty of a hold and they're moving it from where the ball was first spotted, it's going to be a first down. But I could be off a little bit. The board could be off, but it was fully getting me to believe that was. But let's go ahead and go through the rest of our sports boosters here. We appreciate all the support we can get here on All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV. We got Canar Eye Center, La Hacienda, Lions Realty Group, Bailey Lions, Marshall's Deli, Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, Old Ford Auto, Opie's Pizza, Ruddock's Furniture and Floor Covering, Sonic of Fort Scott, State Farm Insurance, Kel Nelson, Stoughton Plumbing, Electrical Heating and Air, Trader Dave's Antiques and more, Union State Bank, and this one I finally got the right pronunciation of it. It's Very A Boutique. I've been saying Varia, so I apologize for that, but any publicity is good publicity is what I've always been told. VFW, and of course our very own Aaron Judy with H2 Painting. Fort Scott's coming back out 4th and 13 here.
They're going to be twins to the right, single receiver to the left. He's going to throw it up for
has a chance
Drayton
at it.
Marlowe.
Just kind of should have maybe undercut that, but stayed out there on the outside of him. It's going to be incomplete. Really good ball. It's kind of one of those you got to go get it yourself kind of thing. But be a turnover on downs for the Tigers. Be 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line for the Grizzlies here with 2:51 remaining in the 4th quarter. Labette 28, Fort Scott 7.
45-yard line. Again, taking base on that play.
Yeah, and that's just a tough play. Drayden streaking on the backside there, and he throws it. Like you said, if you stop, maybe you can catch a PI call there on the comeback.
Or you cut in front and get in front of him and take it kind of from him as they kind of did to Shy earlier in the game. It's just
hard to do when you run
young,
full speed to stop on a dime and get back under.
He's a junior, kind of learning a different position than what he came over here for. So, there's things that you got to build on each week to grow from. And got the quarterback under center here back in that power I formation, split wides on both sides. Going to be a handoff. Kind of bobbles the handoff, gets wide out here. Number 10 does get tackled. 10 for Labette. Don't have their roster in front of us, but gets about 8 yards there. Going to bring up 2nd and 8 for Labette now. Or 2nd and 2 after an 8-yard gain.
Yep.
We're just going to start bleeding.
We're going to see some younger kids in the game here. I'm going to try to – I remember back to when I was playing, your parents wouldn't hear your name on the radio, so – looks like Mitchell Avery is going to be in the game here at defensive tackle. That's like the first one I noticed.
Fullback dive up the middle, going to wrap him up, kind of hold on to him. Looks like enough for a first down on the spot on the far side.
Dayton Bernard's going to be in here, I believe, at defensive end. Mason Smith, I believe I saw in there at linebacker. Kyler Keating's at safety.
So it's a first down. They're not moved the chains yet. The clock hasn't stopped here. Finally does at 1:52 remaining. We're going to get the chains moved. They are already starting to back up.
Bryson Clark's going to be in there at defensive end. I'm trying to see who our other D tackle is there. It looks like maybe 72, Dayton Jackson.
Yep, so Bryson getting a little bit of action here tonight.
Kyron Keegler's going to be in at linebacker.
Good to see Mitchell in there. He's kind of had some knee issues there last year, so it's good to see him back and healthy for us. Number 10 for them runs it to the left side there, gets enough for about a gain of, see where he gets over there on the spot. It's going to be enough for a first down. They're going to stop it to move the chains. Minute 18 left on the clock. They are not stopping the clock as they move the chains, so I guess I don't know what we're doing up here anymore, to be honest with you. I just think we're just kind of having fun. But 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies here with basically a JV in on both sides. Maybe the starting quarterback's still in for the Grizzlies, but they kind of have different people in victory formation up tight and close here, so they're going to
go ahead and
run it out here. So he's going to take his knee. Going to have to run one more play as there's 49 seconds left on the clock here. But Labette's going to do it. 28, Fort Scott 7. That score, as much as you don't want to talk about it, it doesn't really show what this game was. It was a lot closer than that score turns out to. Last snap of the game here with probably about, and that's going to be it. So
that's going to do it here tonight, unfortunately.
I believe Coach Stark is going to try to make his appearance up here. We'll kind of talk about what he saw in the game, so maybe good things, positive things, and hopefully, with the loss, you don't want to talk about too many bad things and harp on it, but we will ask some tough-hitting questions as well. Labette 28, Fort Scott 7. This is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy. You're listening to Fort Scott TV and All Hit 103.9. We'll be right back with the Briggs postgame show after this break.
Feel like you're caught somewhere between who you are and you want to be. Consider attending classes at Fort Scott Community College. Whether you're interested in advancing your education experience or moving from learning to earning as quickly as possible, one of Fort Scott's almost 40 different programs will fit your needs and move you towards the person
Stay tuned for the Briggs Auto postgame show as we analyze tonight's game and highlight key plays, players, and stats. Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, where building lasting relationships with customers is always the top priority. Their friendly team is dedicated to making your car buying experience fast, easy, and hassle-free. Search for new or pre-owned vehicles at BriggsFTSCOTT.com. That's BriggsFortScott.com. Or stop into 1819 South Main on Highway 69. Now let's turn things over to Dylan Duffy with the Briggs Auto post-game show right here on All Hit 103.9 and streaming live on our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV.
This is Dylan Duffy. Welcome back, Tiger fans, and you're listening to, as we just said, the Briggs Auto post-game show here on All Hit 103.9 and Tiger Broadcasting. And, you know, we just seen an exciting game. Unfortunately, Fort Scott did not come out with the victory. They did drop this one by a score of 28-7. And just kind of want to get your first reaction to this matchup tonight, Aaron.
Yeah, it's a tough loss. You know they're going to be good. We kind of knew coming in that they had some legit athletes. They're a legit team. Honestly, it sucks. We all know it sucks having Miege in the East, but they're a contender in the East to me. I mean, they're a good team. They seem to have a good fit at pretty much every position, but a lot of it goes back to what we talked about earlier. Like, it's just such a different game if we can just not beat ourselves there in the first quarter or the first half even, and we go into half 14-14. Instead, we go in, we get down to the basically 10-yard line, come away with no points. They go right down the field and score. Now we're down by 14 coming out of half, and they got the ball. They have all the momentum. They have the ball. It's just not a good situation. So we've got to figure out a way to overcome that type of stuff.
Yeah, and I don't want to. It does suck you lose. We're kind of learning some things as we go here and everything like that. And we did have some good runs. Creed did stand out running the ball very hard along with Paxton Allen. And, we had some opportunities there that we definitely broke some good ones. We had some good momentum on a few drives that just unfortunately didn't go our way to get any points on the board. But, with a team like that, they're going to be a contender, like you said, to be able to drive the ball on them, that does give you kind of some silver lining to the game of, hey, we can hang with these people. And, again, it's an SEK battle, and we're getting the best from everybody like we talked about in the pregame or in the halftime show. So
I don't think that we've had a game this year where someone just –
like you're like, hey, we don't deserve to be here kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll have to – I'll dig back, and I know that
Payola kind of got away from us late with the personal foul and stuff like that. But besides that,
still, I think what I'm thinking is let's go back and look at the box score.
Mm-hmm. That's not telling you the score of the game, yeah.
Yeah,
it is, but it's not telling you the truth. I hate to be
that guy. Like, well, look at the box score. Well, we still lost, so it doesn't matter. But my point here is we have ran the ball every week. We've got to find a way to be a little more balanced offensively, because what we saw tonight, they just start stacking the box, and then it's tough. So I don't know what the answer is. That's why Coach Stark's the coach, and I'm just the
color analyst,
radio guy.
Yep.
But we've got to find a way to be a little more balanced, make defenses a little more honest, and to me at least, and again, I'm not a football genius or anything by any means, but it's not an effort thing.
No, we have the effort. We've had the heart. We've even into this game, even when we got the JV kind of in, we still battled there.
And we have talented kids on our side of the ball too. Like, it's not like we're just now. There might be a time at a position here or there, and Coach Stark has said that. Like, we might get out athleted here or there, but we're more than capable. We have a great backfield. Creed, you won't convince me that Creed Clayton and Paxton Allen and Ryder Newton, when he's healthy, can't go to any school in the SEK and they're going to step in the backfield and play right away. I promise. And it's the same on defense. We've got Aiden Ogren plays his butt off tonight. Drayden Marlowe plays well. Brody Stoughton, Jacob Adams. Our D-line played, I thought, pretty well. And really, for as much time as they spent on the field defensively, our whole defense didn't play bad.
Yeah.
Our safeties were in position all night. Shy really did a good job. I think that was a cheap call there. Someone from the stands told me they called helmet to helmet there, which I thought.
But he didn't even.
Yeah.
And we won't get into that. They didn't make that call.
My point is just he did a good job.
Yeah. There's the thing that makes you kind of just so not disappointed, but just like, dang, like we have a chance, is that you do see the sparks that we show in some of these games to have a chance to be in it and all that stuff. And, a good thing we are kind of seeing here is it looks like everybody is lining up to kind of do a prayer at the end of the game, which you do really like, kind of small town Kansas feel. We'll zoom out a little bit so you can see that. So we do appreciate that, all fans and everybody's lining up for it. But we're going to continue going with the post-game show here. And, we'll take a quick break. But tonight, really doomed us was turnovers, not getting started early, and kind of going back to, our week 1, week 2 matchups where we kind of regressed a little bit tonight. And I'm sure Coach Stark will probably bring that up a little bit when we get out there. But we'll go ahead and take a break here. You're listening to the Briggs Auto post-game show with Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy. All hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
What's more exciting than back to school? Tiger football, and the Shirt Shack has the best-looking Tiger wear. Come into our store, pick out a Tiger design and a shirt, and we will print it right then. No waiting, and it's done while you watch. Shirt Shack has short sleeve and long sleeve tees, hoodies, and crew sweats. Everyone's favorite time of the year, Fort Scott Tiger football, and Shirt Shack is your place for Tiger apparel. Shirt Shack, the original since 1976.
Vince Lombardi once said, football is like life. It takes perseverance, hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. The Hole in the Wall Liquor Store knows that these traits are fostered through community support from teachers, parents, and businesses to help promote students' growth. Located at 124 East Wall on the edge of historic downtown Fort Scott, the Hole in the Wall Liquor Store proudly partners with our community to support the local youth in all their activities.
Peerless Products offers health insurance with an employee-only premium as low as $10 per week. Company-funded health savings account, company-funded life insurance for employees and their immediate families. Profit-sharing and 401k match. Peerless employees enjoy fresh fruit daily, earned paid sick time, and vacation time that's immediately available, and the knowledge that their weekends will be theirs to enjoy. Apply in person or online at peerlessproducts.com. Peerless Products is an equal opportunity employer that puts their people first.
That wraps up the Sharkies Pub and Grub halftime show. Sharkies is the place to watch your favorites.
An authentic taste of old Mexico in the heart of Fort Scott. That's La Hacienda, the finest Mexican cuisine, served fresh, hot, and made to order. Plus, who doesn't love the free basket of homemade chips and La Hacienda's fresh salsa? Get your favorite La Hacienda meal through dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. See their full menu at LaHaciendaFortScott.com. La Hacienda, an authentic taste of Mexico in the heart of downtown Fort Scott, 24 North Main. Proud to support the Fort Scott Tigers.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
All your favorite classics in one order. Dive into Dairy Queen's $7 meal deal for the original cheeseburger or the 3-piece chicken strip meal deal. Each meal comes with crispy fries, a 21-ounce drink, and a classic sundae. Hungry for more? Upgrade to a small blizzard for just $2 extra. Rush to your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill or order via the DQ app to grab this unbeatable deal today. Don't miss out. Treat yourself to the classics at Dairy Queen.
Tiger fans, it's Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
Hello, Travis Myrick here with Myrick Mechanics, locally owned and operated. If you are tired of costly repairs and or high electric bills, it may be time to upgrade to a higher efficiency system. We are system change-out specialists. We install whole homes, mini-splits, and Generac generators. Give us a call at 913-713-3734 to schedule a full home and system analysis.
Myrick Mechanical is a proud sports booster.
Keeping you so close to the action, you can feel it.
Touchdown!
The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
We are back here in Altamont, Kansas, going to see if we can get Coach Stark to come over this way. If he doesn't, we will wrap up the post-game show as Labette County 28, Fort Scott 7 tonight. And, much of the same that we've seen, unfortunately, in the first couple games of the season, just slow start, shooting ourselves in the foot, a couple turnovers, and a couple of, just bad things that don't go our way. Pittsburgh, we kind of saw a bright light where a few things bounced our way and we had a chance to capitalize on that. But tonight, just kind of much of the same we saw in the first two games. It just ball didn't bounce our way. Some bad things happen, run into another player and fumble the ball a little bit. But just kind of wrap up your thoughts on the game tonight and what we saw.
Yeah, and I'm not sure Coach Stark's still on the sideline.
Yeah, he's still kind of talking.
I'm sure he's frustrated too.
Yeah,
totally get it. Just kind of wrap up though. I mean, like we talked about, it's not effort. We've got to play with a little better technique. We can't take the plays off because that's what's beating us. We've got to stop taking that one play off, and we've got to stop giving up that one drive. Because it seems like we just come out every week and almost put ourselves in a hole a little bit, and then we fight back. But you'd love to see what could happen. I mean, we did see what would happen. We didn't do that at Pittsburgh, and, I mean, we're right there. That's the best game I thought. That's the best game. I know we lost, but that's the best I think we've looked all season, and so.
Yeah, we don't want to harp on all the mistakes that we made. We showed some very good things tonight of running the football, moving it down the field. I mean, we pushed the ball roughly about 80 yards on 2 drives and then just, kind of stall out there when you get in the red zone. And, unfortunately, being around the SEK and probably most of your guys' favorite team is the Chiefs. We've been blessed with seeing some good red zone offenses, and high school football is completely different than that. But you kind of get blessed with some things, and things do stall out. First year coach, kids that are learning not a new system, but just kind of a new culture that's trying to be built here. There's some things that you gotta work on that's bigger than football, and I think on that side of it, we play hard night in and night out on Friday. We usually, Coach Stark's always kind of saying, hey, we have good practice, things are working good, the kids are all bought in on it, and the culture's kind of getting built back up, and then Tiger Pride that we want, and just really the heart's there, and you just hope for the boys that eventually it'll turn around and the win column will kind of start filling up a little bit more. And, we got 4 more games here on the season, and we'll see where we go from there, but, just kind of final thoughts as we go out of here.
Yeah, and like you just said, that's a good point. At some point, Coach Starks, he's talked to us about it, just you got to have that buy-in. Just trust him. And at some point, it might not be this year, I don't know. But at some point, you just got to trust that Coach Stark's got the ship going in the right direction and the tide will turn at some point. And then when it does, I mean, you see it in, let's take, I know it's not high school, but take college football. That's probably the closest example we can get. How many times have we seen a program? Well, I sound like a homer because I'm going to talk about Texas, but
go ahead.
That's a great example. I mean,
feel a little bit of air here on the post game.
Yeah,
Coach Stark's
I mean, you see, Texas, they were awful. Sark comes in, they're a little bit not great their first year, but he talked about it all the time. You've got to get buy-in, you've got to build the culture, you got to see what guys really want to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, just to get a little bit more local, I went to Liberal, Missouri back in school, and back when I was in school, Lamar wasn't. They were, losing a lot of games year in and year out, and they kind of got coach in there that changed the culture, and next thing you know, they're winning some games, and then now it's every year.
Powerhouse.
Shoo them in for a state title, and there's things that can happen at these schools that
there's all kinds of.
You continue to buy into a culture, and those losses turn to wins, and not even on the scoreboard, but in life, like people stick around, people want to be part of Tiger football, and we're going to have another home game next week, and I know. Our record is 1-4 now, but I guarantee you those fans are still going to show out for the Tigers.
Yeah, and if I could, to speak on that for a minute, that's another part of it too. Is the players, they've got to buy in, they've got to trust Coach Stark, but it's the same for the people in the stands, for the people that come watch, the fans. Don't give up on the kids. Yeah. I can promise you, if they show up to an empty stadium, it's just going to get that much worse.
Yeah.
It's not going to help anything. So come support the kids. I think it's homecoming next week. Give them a big home crowd.
I believe we're taking on Coffeyville, Chanute. One of the two. Yeah, I believe it's Chanute.
So it's going to be another tough game. But, we need to check the score. I hate to be like, well, we beat that team and they're playing this team good. That sucks. But
as
it's
former high school kids, it's what you do. You're kind of like, we have a chance. We can do this and kind of things like that. And, I think everybody in the community is definitely going to still rally around these boys and continue to support them year in and year out. And we're growing something good here. The wins will turn to – or the losses will turn to wins eventually, but that's going to wrap it up for the Auto Postgame shows. We're going to break this all down and get out of here. But that's been the Briggs Auto Postgame show. Big thank you to Briggs and Fort Scott for supporting Tiger Athletics and making broadcasts like this possible. From all of us here on All Hit 103.9 and Tiger Broadcasting, we appreciate you listening, and we'll see you next Friday for more Tiger football. Also, Coach's show will be on Wednesday, 7 p.m., new location, new grill. Make sure you check that out. It's been Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy signing off. Thank you, and go Tigers.
Thanks for tuning in to 103.9 and joining us.